Come on, computer, don't freeze on me. What the hell?
You already got 16 people. That's cool.
Ah, damn it. Really? My computer. What the fuck is going on? Come on, computer, don't freeze on me. See? What the hell? There's a big.
You already got 16 people. That's cool.
Really? My computer. God damn it.
Hey, I think we're live, Eric.
Are we live?
Yes.
Okay. I'm having issues, but I didn't play the new intro for today. Here.
Just one touch and I'm lost inside your love. Just one touch means more than words can say. Just one touch and I know I'm gonna stay for always.
hopefully somebody got that intro.
And you're still frozen on my screen, Eric.
Am I still?
And you know what's the same funny thing? To the people in the chat that are just tuning into this wonderful beginning, I just asked this guy, could he help me with mine? Because my beginnings and endings are always messed up.
Yeah. Hey, Bob, can I hear you? Can you?
I can hear you. I look like I'm okay now.
I'm having a blast.
Everything works fine if we're not on. Everything works.
We're on.
Dory, dude. And all of a sudden, soon as you prep to go on, everything fucks up.
Yeah, I mean, it really does. Like I'm looking at myself, and I can't even tell if I'm frozen or not frozen. It's like everything is just.
To me, I'm the only one that's moving in normal speed. Like you're doing motion stuff, and Robert's not even moving now. I feel like we're all crossing timelines or realities or something.
Yeah, I'm still.
Robert,
you might have to.
Someone help
You
Robert.
might have to do like a 5-minute postponement.
Yeah, hold on.
Those mimes
Let me
getting
try.
Right? Where's the box? It's up here. It's there.
Issues. This is funny. Issues after issues. Here, let me see this. I'm gonna move somewhere else. Maybe I'm in a bad spot right now.
Well, I wore this for Robert. Maybe I can use it for help for the YouTube people. They think I'm one of them. Can we let the stream go now? Okay.
Hey, Bob, can you hear us?
I can hear you fine. I can hear you. It makes me laugh with the yarmulke. That's a bad habit. You can't laugh at people when you're like that. I gotta stop doing that. I laughed at my cousin's wedding continuously, and they're like, "Why are you laughing?"
Hey, I went through a lot of years of Hebrew school learning another
They said, "Why are you laughing?"
And I had to do a bar mitzvah. I earned this damn thing, so I'll laugh at it anytime I damn well want.
Exactly.
I was part of that gang one day.
Eric.
I used to do their gang signs too.
Yeah.
Hey, Bob, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you in the hallway. You look like a ghost.
Hey, I'm gonna have to restart this computer. So you guys start, and I'll restart it, and we'll get into it.
Okay. So how was your weekend?
Opening yet?
How was your weekend? Oh, anything weird happened? Anything new? Anything weird? We had summer solstice. We had that weird ass moon alignment, or the We had the the ring of fire, and then the magical summer solstice happened. People were dancing around all over Seattle in rebellion mode. You know that.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, we just pretty much stayed out here. Family came by. I got to meet. Well, I just met my new grandson, which is impossible because I'm not old enough to have one of those. But
all right,
Oh, there. Hey, normal.
Am I normal? Can you guys both hear me?
Well,
Yes.
I can hear you, but your mouth's not moving. So you're pretty amazing how you did
I
that.
get it. I don't.
You're close. You're like,
Is that telepathy? How's
Are
he?
you sitting-
I hear his voice, but it's not coming out of his mouth. This must be some kind of weird telepathy.
he's sitting on the damn router, by the way. He's
Oh,
like
that could be
next
the
to the
problem.
router.
It's inserted too high, Eric. You got to pull it out a little bit.
Okay. I'm going to do one more thing. You guys continue about the weekend. I'll be right back.
Well, welcome,
The reason why well, the reason why you have difficulty right now is because before we come on, everything's fine. Like, right up to the point when we come on. Like,
Yeah.
Eric's not internet running. I'm sitting in the backyard. No worries.
Hey, Bobby Poop and Bear, I can barely hear what you're saying. You're all choppy, and now you've completely frozen. I feel like I'm all alone with, what do we got, 20 people here? 24. Oh, my goodness. All by myself. Okay, so it's welcome to the ceiling fan edition of the Gypsy Road Show. I don't know if I can do any screen sharings or anything, but we were going to talk about changes in Mandela effects in songs. So I guess we'll get the show. Let's start the show on a good note. So here we go. All right, start the show. So I did a little homework for Eric, and there's some Mandela effects that I knew of in songs, and probably everyone did, or maybe not. And there's some new ones for me. So I can start by saying, let's see, I can ask the chat. Of course, I know I'm talking in the future, so I'll have to wait a second or two. But on the song Hey Jude, where he sings, don't carry the world up on your, and what would the next word be? It's a part of your body. And don't carry the world upon your.
Okay, good. It's the guy. He's professional at this. This is not a schmuck.
Hey, look, you're interrupting my show, Bobby Pooping Bear. Oh, my camera went. Now you guys are affecting my camera. Well, anyway,
Yeah, I feel
I
like
don't know if anyone saw in the chat, but the word was shoulders. Don't carry the world upon your shoulders. And that one's lost an S. So now it's just one shoulder. I guess whatever the load is, it's not too much. So you only need to carry it on one shoulder. So, but if you said shoulders, you're just misremembering one of your favorite songs. Okay. So there's that one. Oh, wait. Are you back?
Okay, can you hear me now? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, you're underwater.
Well, I'm back for a second. Do you remember how to...
Oh, okay. It's Dark Edition, Eric.
Okay, this is working cool. Hold on.
He's very brooding. I don't know, Chad. I think I was doing fine. Now look what they're just messing it all up again.
Okay, is that better?
You're fine. Whatever he's doing down there, I have no idea. So
Yeah,
I started the show without you, Eric.
well, Oliver, my son only has my modem in his room, and I don't think it's centered perfectly where every part of the house gets it. So I'm upstairs where I'm next to his modem in a way. So you can see my backyard. You can see my deck.
Nice. Well,
So-
hey, I asked the chat a question. What do you remember on the song Hey Jude? Don't carry the world upon your shoulder. What?
That.
Oh.
What was that? Oh, shit.
No, it's not shit. Don't carry the world upon your shit. No, it's don't carry the world upon your shoulder. You remember, Eric? You there?
I'm here. I'm here. I never really cared for that song. So I
okay. Well, it used to be shoulders, and now there's no S, so it's one shoulder because the weight of the world's way less now in this timeline. So that was my first one. What else we got? I covered that one.
I had something here, and I was going to show you guys. I was just curious about something because I said I hate this because now I'm on another computer.
Hello, everyone. I'm coming directly to you for ask a quick favor.
When you add your name,
Biden. Maybe we should start this show over. You there? No, he's gone.
No, it's cake.
Oh, wow. You guys hear that?
I only hear Joe Biden. I don't hear you anymore.
Oh, man.
Oh, now you're back.
That's funny. Oh, that's hilarious. Because there's I was going to show you guys something. I was curious. I'm just having nothing but problems. I'm wondering if there's a problem with. Sure. Oh, here's Bob. Let me click him back.
And I like Os. Is it Os 10? Said he finally made it to one, and this is what he sees.
All right. Okay, I'm on. Now, Bob, say something.
Something.
Yeah. All right. So good.
Oh, we're good.
We're having a horrible intro today. Okay, let's do this.
We started the show like 10 minutes ago, but whatever.
I know. But we gotta start over. Here we go. We're gonna start the intro over.
All right. None of this happened. None
of this happened. New
Zap.
intro.
Just one touch and I'm lost inside your love. Just one touch means more than words can say. Just one touch and I know I'm gonna stay for
We're gonna try this again. Hopefully this works. All right, guys, welcome to today's show. And
I'm drinking at 11 in the morning.
Yeah.
I know. I Walking Dead wine last night. I think I need some more Walking Dead wine today. But you know what? I'm wondering. Is it because of? Never mind. I don't care. I don't give a
Let's
shit.
just move on. None of that happened.
Do we have any flat earthers in the chat today? Can somebody put yes if you're a flat earther? And there's a reason why I'm asking this question. So I want to see if there's any flat earthers in the chat.
Maybe they don't want to come out. You are kind of forcing people out of the closet. You know?
Yeah, it's kind of a rough one, man.
Yeah.
They're
How about
coming
we just
out.
say, I see one. Now let's go on. What? Okay, now what?
Microsoft would like to record this computer screen.
What?
Microsoft.
No.
What's going on?
What's going on?
Pop up on my computer. It says Microsoft Edge would like to record this computer screen. No.
Wow.
I'm serious. I'm not lying. It popped up on my screen.
Dude, we're being manipulated. We're being messed with.
Yeah.
There's no way. We're being messed with.
We have Dark Eric today. Do you see this, Robert?
Yeah, he's got a dark silhouette.
Yeah. It's like General Palpatine is like running this or something.
Let me see if
Don't worry
that's
about
better.
it. Let's just do the show. It's fine. Everything's great. We're having a good time.
I'm trying to, but this thing is biting my feet. Okay. I'm sorry.
Use your anger.
Have you guys there's a new show on CBS All Access. I know you guys heard of Star Trek, but there's a Star Trek show called Picard. You guys heard of it? Picard new show?
Yeah, haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it, but they have an intro. Like every show has an intro. And I'm curious if maybe this has already been talked to in the flat earth community or not, but I'm wondering this 2-second scene is kind of like saying something to the flat earthers. Okay, like you guys see the share screen? You see that picture right there?
Yeah, go for it.
That's the beginning intro of the Star Trek Picard show, and it's only a couple seconds. But let me slow it down. I mean, I'll probably get nailed anyway, but who cares? Okay, here we go. Watch what happens. There's a crack in the sky that happens on the show. And of course, you know the show is about outer space.
Yeah.
I'm curious, what is that crack supposed to represent? Is this supposed to represent like
the firmament?
A firmament, exactly. That's what I was just curious. Because I'm renting it for 7 days, like free access, just so I can watch the Picard show. And then I noticed every intro does it. I'm like, is that like a finger to flat Earth? Because that has nothing to do with the show.
Totally, it's just a troll. Just to let us know that we know, they know, we know, whatever that means.
Totally. Yeah, that reminds me of Tom DeLonge. You guys remember we talked about Tom DeLonge from Blank 182. Then he made Angels and Airways, and then it Mandela effect into Angels and Airwaves with a V instead of ways. It went to a V for waves, and he just did an interview like a day ago, 2 days ago. That he dropped multiple. He even called him. Here's another Easter egg for you. He's talking about interdimensional and aliens being basically humans. Interdimensional. We're just going through. Everybody, I already know that though. I know that we're fucking all from a different dimension, from a different place. Well, from the same place, but a different. Not even time. It's the same time, same space, but just different. Like. You'd be standing like how Richard was standing next to the fucking thinking guy, and one person standing next to the thinking guy in Paris. One sees his his fist under his chin, and the other one sees it on his forehead at the same time. They're both seeing a different thing at the same time. So it's like people are from different dimensions, even though you're here together. That's kind of how he explained it. I go, oh, well, okay. I mean, there's another truth drop for you. And now you've got the Picard thing with the crack in the freaking firmament right out of the scriptures.
Yeah, because I'm not going to show the whole intro because CBS will probably block it, because, they own it. It goes into a grape field where he grows grapes before he decides to go back in space for something. And I'm just like, well, the intro doesn't really represent anything because it doesn't show space behind it. It doesn't show like a starship going through it. It just shows a little crack, a little glass coming down. And then it shows at the end of the intro where all the glasses kind of get put back together as Picard. So I was just curious if it looked like it was kind of
don't forget, you can connect this if you pull it up, or I can pull it up. I think it's a Hennessy. It's like an alcohol drink. And
Hennessy.
Yeah, and it shows a guy going up in a balloon, which is kind of interesting. The whole reason they did this whole Picard thing, at least in my mind now, is the one guy that actually went up in a balloon to see if the Earth was flat and said it was flat from what he saw, that guy was Picard. But when you do a search now for Picard, you're going to get this dude first, and you'll really have to look for the other guy. But he looked up in that balloon and said everything he saw was flat. And they made reference to it in that Hennessy commercial where this dude goes up in a balloon and he smashes through the firmament and he goes into water. So there's that.
Which is still technically space, guys. I mean, it's still space. You know what? You've got the same mechanics. So, who's to say it's a vacuum and nothing?
Well, I have space here. I mean, there's just space as a word.
Space, yeah. So you're just going in. So space can be water. It's just simple as that. It doesn't change anything except for a material. Okay, so now you're in space. You're technically in the vacuum, not vacuum, but you're in intense water. You're in pressurized water. Okay, well, it's right there in the book. It says it right there from long ago. The book from ancient times, from a long time ago, says that there's water up there and water below us. And what do you see below us? Water. What's above us? Water. Okay, cool.
Yeah, what does water look like when you look through it? Blue. What does the sky look like when you look through it? Well, it used to, but blue.
It's just right there, man. I mean, and you can still have space. You could still have travel. It's just going to be dimensional instead of and there's nothing but dimensional space anyway. So when you're traveling, if I'm going to Mars or any other planet, you're still you're technically still using the same. You're still using the same physics as going through outer space. It's the same thing. The math adds up the same.
Well,
I believe that
in this show, he kind of he was representing that he's been on 14 years back on Earth, and he didn't like Earth anymore. He likes it to live in space. So I'm just trying like Richard's saying, put the clues together. Is it like a fuck you because he didn't like the Earth? He has to be in space. It's a crack. So it's like little clues. But I thought it was interesting. That's why I just brought it up. I was just curious what you guys thought. So
Sure.
I just thought, like you said, there's always clues of them flipping the bird. And I thought, hey, man, this is kind of flipping the bird because every intro shows that crack. And they're like, yeah, that kind of reminds me of Flat Earth right there. But
well, they can't hide it anymore. It's getting more difficult to hide, especially when people are looking at. Oh, Eric, now, by the way, your son, the youngest, your youngest son, he and I were outside hanging out. We were watching some cartoons. I said, "Hey, dude, take a look up there." And there was a beautiful sky yesterday. There was one contrail that was going across the sky. I said, "Hey, dude, can you describe that plane to me?" And he's squeezing his eyes, and he goes, "I don't see a plane." I said, "Right. There's no plane, dude. There's no plane. It was a line, and there was no plane. It was just a line being formed." I said, "How do you explain that, man?" Aliens? I said, "Probably. I don't know. Somebody on a broomstick." I go, "Then there ain't no plane there, man." So even your son was going, "What is that?" I said, "That's a contrail. They do it all the time." I was in Ireland, and I was in a hotel room. Or a hotel, and I was going through the lobby of the hotel, and there was paintings all over the wall, and somebody had done a painting from like the 50s, and it shows a pattern. Showed a pattern, like a basket weaving pattern of contrails painted, and it said at the bottom, "Contrails." I said, "This is from the 50s, man. This is from the 50s in this place. Somebody who drew this with their eyes to see from the 50s, man." I said,
The first time I saw something like that was this movie I'd seen a long time ago. Was like Billy Jack, I think is the name of it. And I think it was a movie that's made in the 60s or 70s.
Billy Jack, Western.
And now they have contrails in some of the shots. That was the first time I'd seen that. Now I'm seeing a lot of older movies. Suddenly you're seeing that shit pop up. So I don't know how it happens. Obviously, it's either Mandela stuff or it's computer AI adding it in. So it makes it more the new normal. But that's what they're creating, this system that it's going to, they're rewriting history. They're pulling down the statues so they can rewrite that part. And then they're changing the things in paintings. I didn't know that. I figured that was coming soon.
Yeah,
paintings and then movies are going to be adding the things. So when somebody questions the contrails, they're like, what are you talking about? It's always been that way. In fact, there's now, I think, 9 or 10 different types of clouds? It's like, when the hell did that happen? I remember 3. I can't think of them exactly in my name, but there was 3. Now there's like 10, and they name all these different like crisscross pattern crap and stuff. It's just rewriting everything.
Apparently, what I was talking about, System Failure says, I have this on my channel. There's so much more in that opening clip showing us going through digital simulation and then some. Yeah, there is a lot in that clip, but like I said, I can't play that clip because they'll probably block the show. But
hey, can you put his back up there? I don't know if anybody had seen this, but he explained this on his avatar. His leg is the opposite of what C-3PO. So like his whole guy is silver with a gold leg, and the new one now it's all gold, but it now has a silver leg. But if you look, he's also got on his upper thigh there, he's turning gold. And so waiting to see when that turns silver too, because that could be cool.
That's funny.
Hey, congratulations, System Failure. He actually hit over 1,000 subs.
Oh, excellent.
Now he can film on his phone because he likes to do some filming, he says. So congratulations. And last time I checked Rick, I think, Rick, you're at 764 or something.
Yeah, I'm getting close. So come on, everyone, like and subscribe if you haven't.
Yeah, and everybody in the chat, if you have not seen me and Bob last week on Thursday and System Failure on Friday on Brian Stavely show, you guys should watch it. It was really something.
Oh, no, Richard was on Friday, I think.
I was just saying, I was Friday.
You and I were on Thursday.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to see if somehow I can put on my channel, too, for people that haven't seen it. So
Yeah, I was thinking of doing that, but I'm like, most everybody here probably already seen it on his channel.
Yeah, that's true.
But I think those were the 2 best Brian show he ever had.
Oh, yeah. Hands down.
Well, here's something I got to say about that show, though. Right after the show was over, I got a couple of emails, and some people were kind of like, "How did we pull it off?" I said, like, pull what off? What we pull off? You know, I mean, everybody. I tell people to debunk, so that's great. Go ahead, that's awesome. I do not get upset about that. In fact, I encourage it. So the question was, how did we, Eric? How did you, me, and Brian? Okay, everybody on the show, you know, Karen B. How did we all pull off 3 hours, 33 minutes, and like a second? So 3-3-3-1. How do we pull off 3-3-3-1? Okay, magically, there's the numbers, right? The 3-3-3 and a 1. How do we pull it off? Did you guys plan it? Did Brian and Karen call us up? Did we practice what we were going to say? Limit to what we're going to say? Did Brian deliberately cut us off at certain points with a stopwatch, gave his final speech, breath, second to second, and then clicked that motherfucker off so it's 33-3-3-3-1? Now, people can go back and look at the number. If you think I'm lying, go debunk it. So
that sounds right to me. I think that's exactly what happened. Makes sense.
How do we pull that off? I said, well, okay, number one, I'm going to give you my word. We did not practice and plan that. Okay, now go through the motions of how you would go about doing that. That means Brian and Karen would have to watch what they say. Every word they say is a few seconds into that clock. Every time somebody farts or pauses for a cigarette break, it's a few seconds in that thing. That means we would have had to plan that like a magician's trick, super magician's trick to get that pulled that off. We didn't pull.
I was kind of glad that we ended it when we ended it because I was actually starting to get a heavy buzz off the Walking Dead wine. You don't realize how much you're drinking when you're on a show because listen, it's not easy to go on a show like Brian and Karen's because, you know, you're worried back in your mind. Are they enjoying it? Are they hating it? Did he want you off? Should we end it? You know, because it's not your show. You're not controlling it. So it's a different when you're behind and you're with somebody that's you could consider maybe, I don't know, godfather, godmother of YouTube Mandela effects. You know what I mean?
I don't like him that much.
Well,
I think Brian's short and his voice annoys me because he's from the East Coast, but he's a great guy. And Karen's got badass tattoos. I ain't gonna say nothing about her. I can't say anything bad about her. She's awesome.
Yeah, I got her shirt on. I finally got her shirt. Check that out. Yeah.
Oh, you did get the shirt.
Finally got some of it. Some of the order. We got some other stuff coming.
Yeah. So you get the pillow. Yeah, Eric and I are working on mine. You're talking about mine. I don't have a. I told you I don't have a bank account on mine. I'm not making any money. None.
I'm gonna start one now. What the heck? I'll try it. See what.
Yeah, we have one, but we're revamping it. We're making it better.
I gave it to Eric. Eric, here we go. This is yours. In fact, we don't even have the second part of the password to get into it.
But they gave me the password, but they didn't give me the username, so I don't know what.
I don't know it. Somebody. Here's the history. Somebody made me that, and I said I can't ask for money. Well, here's the site anyway. I said I can't ask for money. So just put your bank account in there, and the site is ready to go. You can start selling T-shirts. I said cool, but I can't make no money. So I did not put my bank account in there. So it's on its own. It's on there. It's doing its own thing. But I don't know if money's being made or not because I don't have no money for it. I don't know. I didn't put no bank account on it. So I called the person up and said, hey, thanks for that site. We're going to use them and give it to Eric. So can you give me the password to get into the fucking Teespring? So Eric gets an email of the password, but he didn't get the username. And we're still waiting for the person who made the site forgot the username. So
I just can't type in a password without the username.
So Eric's like, hey, I got some cool fucking ideas for T-shirts, man. Kind of like it's rolling to the. I go, I'm with you, dude. It's your site. I gave it to you. It's all good. Put your account number. I put everything on it, but I don't know. So I contacted a person yesterday, and I said, do you remember the username? This person says they're going through all their stuff. For the love of God, the username that they thought they had for it is not correct. And they're trying to get into it. I'm like, okay, so now you got a Teespring site you can't get into.
But does that person have the link? I mean, if that person has a link to buy something, I'm sure the link is technically the username. I didn't even have the link.
Well, they said use the email address as the username. There's a couple of things I'm going to give you after the show.
Okay.
You can give it to you. We're gonna hack into that fucking site, dude. And then we'll go ahead and get some T-shirts.
Well, let's get into some music, all right? Let's have some fun and get into some music. Anybody who saw the thumbnail probably noticed that the theme is music, right? Horse and Trigger on a Mandela effect. I thought that was pretty genius, my opinion.
You're very genius. That's when I saw it. Genius. In fact, I looked just like that when I learned how to play guitar back in the day. All of that's a lie. I'm still learning how to play guitar. Hey, I did one while you guys were trying to figure out how to work your machinery, and he was doing his mind map. The Hey Jude is now Carry the World on one shoulder, not both. So we did that one. But I found this site here. It could start us off. I'll try to share it here.
I do have this. I want to show this real quick.
Oh, go ahead.
I do have this.
It's your show or anything.
We were talking about, Checkmate the Queen.
Here it is.
A lot of people never remember the Queen or something, but in the Red Hot Chili Peppers, there is in the song talking about the Queen. Maybe I'm thinking too much of it. I don't know, but let's just look at it. Let's just see what it says in the first line. They say in chess, you gotta kill the Queen, and then you beat it. Oh, I do you. See, to say in chess, you gotta kill the Queen, and then you mate it. So you gotta kill the Queen, then you win the game. So it's actually right there in a Red Hot Chili Pepper song. Now, I'm not saying it's always been the Queen, because most people remembers it as the King, but Chili Peppers is known to have some songs like City of Angels. There's a Mandela effect in that song, but
City of Angels.
Yes. So they say in chess, you gotta kill the Queen, and then you made it. Oh, I do you. I mean, are they saying they want to make it with the Queen? But to win the game, you got to kill the Queen. So, I mean, I don't know what residue you need. I mean, most people do residue versus how other people sing the song. I mean, this is actually in the lyrics about the Queen. So
Bobby Poop and Bear Part 2 is getting a little traction on this. We'll see where it goes. Let's see if we keep finding more residue, because people are starting to look into it now.
It's the first one, dude. That's why I'm so happy. Before, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to put a statement out there. I'd say 99% of the people do not have that same memory. That's fine. We're all separate. We're all yellow. And I could be misremembering. That's weird, because if I'm misremembering, then the entire part of my life was incorrect. Okay. Especially in the military, where all the military guys in the Navy were doing it, playing chess wrong.
Eric?
Yeah.
I have that exact article on my screen right now that I was going to pull up when I said I found this article. That's the exact thing I have on my screen. That's funny.
Well, I found this yesterday, and like I said, I had it all up and ready on my laptop, but that fell, so I had to redo everything.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. This is exactly what I was going to pull up, so excellent.
Yeah. So let's go on the first one here, where they talk about Queen, the song Queen. We are the champions. Now, according to this,
Queen.
Right? Synchronicities about Queens again.
But what I hate is I always hate the titles and stuff like musical Mandela effect.
Don't worry about that.
The case of collective memory failure or a portal to another dimension.
They're just trying to make us look like idiots, so I just ignore that stuff.
Okay, let's go here. But let me put this link in that webpage just in case somebody wants to look up themselves. They want to have it. There it is.
On the We Are Champions, there's an interesting one where I think it's George Clooney and some other famous people in a car.
Yeah,
they're singing along and they're waiting for the ending of the world, and it doesn't come, and then they all comment on it.
Yeah,
wow.
So everyone has memory.
Stefani was in there too. Okay, I'm gonna say this. This is just me, and I could be wrong. So you guys wouldn't know this, but I do. Go ahead and debunk me on it. That's what you want to do, debunk me. But all of them in the car, what they all have in common is they're RH negatives.
Are they really?
Yeah,
Okay.
George Clooney, Gwen Stefani's an RH negative. She's already made a statement before. She was RH negative. They're all RH negatives in there.
I got to put this down because I'm doing a whole thing on blood I've been working on.
Well, there's a whole group of actors. Brad Pitt, RH negative. Leonardo DiCaprio, RH negative. Tom Hanks, RH negative. We can go down the line. City of Angels. Get it? Fallen Angels.
Well, for Queen, this is what it says about the Queen song. You know that moment when you're singing along, We Are the Champions by Queen, and you build up that climate finish. We are the champions. No time for losers, because we are the champions. You belt out, and then the song ends. No, of course it doesn't. You round off with "of the world."
Of the world.
So
But they
basically,
don't say of the world anymore because it's not a world anymore. It's of the surface,
Yeah, right of the surface.
of the fixed surface. Oh
now
wait,
here's the question.
of the turtle.
Now here's the question.
Turtle. Let's do the
Do you think there could be, like, I don't know, any chance that there was that ending, but for some reason on the final, maybe on the final cut, when they cut the record out, they cut it out and people heard it on an original demo tape, maybe?
No, because see, I had that News of the World. It has a giant monster robot sticking his finger and killing one of the Queen guys, and they're bleeding or whatever. I played that record like a mental patient when I was a kid. It was there, and that's not.
Trying to kill the queen.
So, yeah, they're killing the Queen, dude. Robert, you're gonna be shown on this one. Don't worry. I think it's coming around.
Now, some of these songs, I never really listened to, like M's Jackson by Outkast. I mean, I don't know this group. I never listened to their music.
Miss Jackson. Yeah.
I didn't know this one either, but what I found interesting is the people they're talking to, they remember this song and they remember it like when they're in high school and stuff. And apparently it came out later than everyone thought. Like, I think people remembered it in the 90s and it actually came out in the year 2000 something, which they're saying doesn't make any sense. Plus, I think there's also, it's that one or another one that has the lyric, You're so 2008, I'm so 2000 and late, which makes sense if it came out in 2000. I think it was supposed to come out 7 I'm mixing that one up. Where is it? It's in this article.
I remember it came out in the 2000s. I remember because I was driving my truck and I liked the song. I have little bits of memory. I have bad memory, but I have bits of memory. And I remember coming into town and I liked the song and I'm literally fucking dancing. I loved the song, window down, driving my truck, and it was playing, but this was in the 2000s.
Well, the Mrs. Jackson, that's what it is. Miss Jackson was the one that was in the 90s. People remember it came out in 2000. There's another one where they sing You're so 2000 and late and I'm 2008, but now it's 3000. Like it jumped an entire millennium. So the song's now 3008. Which has upset some people because they remember it because it was like, I think that one came out in 2007, which made sense. And now I think it came out the next year. It's supposed to be coming out in 2009. I don't know. I was reading the article. It's interesting, but I'm not all up on Outkast.
What was the second number? You said the first number was what?
It used to be 2008 and you're 2000 and late. Now it's 3008.
Okay. So 3000 is a prime. And then the other one's a compound. It goes down to 1, which one goes to 0. So you're stuck with a 3. So you got your 3 again. It's like Eric's jersey turning into 13. The 1 goes to 0 and to have your 3 again. So it's your dominant 3 that kind of like it's the Brian Staveley show. Eric and I are on with 3-3-3s. It's that 3 that keeps dominating the matrix. What do you want to call this place? God's world. I like to use that 3 is dominant. It's another 3. That's the 3 again. That's kind of cool.
And I think I messed up. I think the song, I mixed them up because the other one was that other group. But this is it. Boom, Boom, Pow is the song I'm singing right now in my head, the 2008. It's by the Black Eyed Peas.
Oh.
So it's different. The other one's Outkast. So I got mixed up.
Outkast, yeah.
It happens. I'm a white guy. I'm allowed to get mixed up on.
Yeah. You got an extra Jewish white guy.
That's right. I'm a Jewish white guy trying to talk about rap. Yeah.
Now, I don't know if anybody's going to know this song. If you do, hey, good for you. Power for you. Barbie Girl in the Barbie World. Now, I don't know anything about Barbie songs, but I guess
a Barbie girl in the Barbie world.
Arguably one of the easiest songs ever. It turns out we've been doing it wrong all this time. I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world isn't correct. The Barbie world, as there's only one Barbie world. We always sing this so fast with so much cheese. It's unlike everyone has ever stopped mid-song to scold their friends for assuming there's more than one Barbie world. We probably still never going to sing it correctly. Now, I'm never singing the song Barbie World. Did you two guys sing the song?
I'm aware of it, but no, I mean,
yes.
It sounds better the other way in my head, but I didn't really sing it.
Yeah. I like the song.
Okay, sing it to us.
I can't say. I can't. I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. I can't remember.
Nice. It works good with the axe too.
Oh yeah.
I brought out my knife because you look like you wanted to fight again, and you're really starting to get.
I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. Everyone, sing with me. Yeah. I reckon
you do that so well.
I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. Everybody sing with me.
Let me ask my daughter. Did you ever sing the Barbie World song? Everybody sung it?
I gotta shut something off that's deep in right there.
Okay, my daughter won't play along. She says that everybody sung it in school. I guess everybody knows it.
I like a lot of music. I don't hold back. I like all kinds of music. I don't give a shit. If I can tap my foot to it, I like to listen to it. I don't care. Reggae, don't matter to me.
The Black Eyed Peas that Richard was talking about, Boom Boom Pow, is a time traveling hit. So what's the story about that again, Richard? About Boom Boom Pow?
I think he went to take a shit and the hogs ate him.
Oh, is he gone?
Yeah, he said he had to go take a shit.
Oh, sorry, my mic was muted.
Oh, never mind.
That's my Karen impersonation. No, the song went from, okay, so I believe people remember coming out in 2007, and it made sense because she sang You're So 2008. But now I guess the song came out in 2008 or 9. And so now the song is now You're 3008. So that seems, because I this song I did know. And I don't remember it as 3,000. That seems just, what a weird number to just arbitrarily pick. So.
Right. Yeah, it's another one of those. It's another one of those weird ones that's giving you the 3 in it and stuff.
Oh, this one really messed with my head.
What is
California Dreamin'?
Yes.
Yeah.
I walked into a church along the way.
A horse's ass? Is that a horse's ass statue in that commercial? Oh, never mind.
I got down on my knees.
Yeah, we don't even have to play this. Everybody knows the song in their head, right? Is it I got down on my knees and began to pray?
That's the original, yeah.
Now it's pretend to pray?
Yeah.
I mean, it totally changes the meaning.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, right? Because you go here. It's giving you the message. If this is not a biblical fucking place, I mean, come on, man. I mean, if that doesn't give you an answer, you're a fucking idiot. I mean, I'm serious. I'm at the point now. If you're not following God, you're an idiot. Go ahead. I want you to go out by yourself. You go find your fucking higher self and manifest with your little friends and disregard God. I want you to do it and see how far you fucking get.
I mean, it says in the article, but now he clearly says
pretend to pray.
Well, when I hear it, not saying this is a Mandela effect, but it's definitely trippy. It turns out the mamas and the papas have always sung pretend. Well,
in this reality, but not
this reality.
Yeah.
In this, no, man. No, I began to
That's not even a question. Like, how do you even try to misremember that? It's completely different. Yeah. It doesn't make sense.
Because it's so routine. You walk into a church and you began to pray. You began to pray. It wasn't
pretend. I didn't even think about pretending. It's still silly.
Yeah, pretend. Well, I mean, he's in a church. It doesn't mean he's an atheist. He just doesn't want to pray in the church. Because, I mean, if I walk in, okay, here we go. Let's explore this a little bit. Now, the Bible has changed. Okay. So you've got the lion and the lamb gone, and now you have the wolf that dwells with the lamb. Right. So if you're a Christian, if you're actually practicing Christian, an angry one now at this point, are you going to pray in a church that has the wolf, even though you still, I mean, they're still following the book the way you somewhat remember it, kind of? I mean, what do you do? Do the Christians go in the church and pray now? Because there's a wolf involved. I mean, is that going to deter you?
Hey, Bob, yeah. Flat Accord Music actually wrote, in the new Tarantino movie, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, where I actually thought that movie was a little bit overrated until the end.
Terrible.
It was the only part of the movie that saved it for me, but who cares about that? There is a version of California Dreaming sung the old way, and the whole film is like a Mandela effect where history is changed.
Oh, I know it. You're like me, dude. Okay, the movies, guys, stop watching the movies for their fucking theatrical content. They're stupid. But they're truth drops. Because at the end of the movie, Eric, I told you about the end of the movie when they had Applejack cigarettes. Remember the Applejack cigarettes?
That's his trademark for every movie.
It's trademark, but it's a Mandela effect, dude. It's this version of that cigarette. It says something else. The Apple cigarettes. Look it up. It's they changed. It's completely changed.
I'll look it up.
It's a Mandela effect. It's a huge one. I saw it at the movie theater and I said, no shit. And then they have Leonardo DiCaprio making fun of it. He's pointing. He's having fun with it. He's literally making fun of the Applejack cigarettes. He's making fun Applejack. I always call them Applejack, but they're probably Apple cigarettes. He's making fun of them, pointing them towards you. That those of us with the effect that remember the old way the cigarettes were, if you were a Tarantino fan, how we remembered them, how Tarantino had those Apple cigarettes in all his movies, and now it's changed.
Right here,
red apple. That's right, red apple. There was no red apple.
What was it called? Just apple?
Apple.
Did it have that weird looking worm too?
No.
I don't remember the worm.
No worm. Look at the snake worm. Look at the green snake worm. No. No red apple cigarettes. They were Apple cigarettes.
Huh.
I call them Applejack. I used to call them for mistake because I'm thinking of the cereal, but Applejack, the Apple cigarettes.
I guess we should start looking at all the cigarette logos and see if they're changing.
I remember Eric explaining that Eric was proud of knowing this knowledge. Eric shared this knowledge when we were kids. Eric goes, "You know a secret? It's the Apple cigarettes are in all the. They're also in Reservoir Dogs. Reservoir Dogs. They have the Apple cigarettes.
Some creators always put like their little trademark in every movie, kind of like Star Wars and Disney. Even Disney, they always kind of put R2-D2 just for like a short scene, almost every movie, almost in a way. And Quentin Tarantino is
gay now. You know that? R2-D2 came out as gay, I think.
Oh, no.
It's probably why.
So. I read some weird article.
And if you look at every movie, you'll see cigarettes somewhere, like on a shelf, on somebody's arm, like folded. Yeah. There's always the cigarettes, but they never had the worm. It actually looked kind of cool.
No worm.
But the green worm, if you look at the green worm, look how stupid he looks.
I know, it's creepy looking.
You know what he reminds me of? Our reptile brain. Our big ass, huge reptile brain.
Hey, we should look and see if Joe Camel still looks like a penis.
He looks like a penis. I got a towel. I just picked up a towel the other day. It's a nostalgia towel. The classic one. Yeah, Tarantino, there were actually, in the video, I think he's affected. I think he has the effect, and he's literally secretly poking fun. Hollywood has been poking fun at this. Oh my God, the entire time.
Well, think about it. If they have it, let's say if it's whatever reason they're not affected or they know what's going on,
they got it.
Putting these little stabs in these movies, for them it's like a little joke with each other, and most people don't even know it's happening. And then if you are awake to see it, it's still another joke jab at us.
It is. It's yep.
Hold on. Did you say look up Joe Camel for a reason?
Yeah, see if he still looks like a penis. They have a penis on his face.
His face is a penis.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
There's some really crazy. Look at the one on the motorcycle. Some of theirs get really bad on some of the.
Yeah, it wasn't even. That's not even a. That was just a marketing scam that a lot of people knew about way back in the day.
Yeah, they used to do a lot of subliminal stuff. They used to because ice cubes aren't real. They're like a plastic lucite. I know because I used to do this kind of stuff. And certain companies, they would put words in the ice. It would say like sex or whatever. And it was a subliminal way of having it in an ad.
Smart, man. Also, you did props and shit like that, too. That's kind of cool.
For like commercials. I mean, like I said, I did this one video company that we did stuff. So I knew that there's things, if you're going to film, you can't film ice. You can't film ice cream. Ice cream is mashed potatoes, which is really disgusting sometimes when you see them eating with chocolate syrup on it.
Now, what do you guys know about the Bee Gees song, How Deep Is Your Love?
That one was weird that it switched.
What's the Mandela effect?
It's up there.
People who know the Love 1977 Bee Gees track, remember the lyrically, I really need to know, but now listen and find it, I really mean to learn.
And actually, if you look, I think it's that gal that I believe it's Mandela, because I know also Moneybags does them too, but it's like you can hear whatever you want. And one of them, maybe it's one of those two, they play, I think it's even this song, and like you can hear it multiple ways, depending on what's written on the screen. And whatever's written, that's what you hear. Those are wild. I find those super fascinating, but you can hear it both ways.
Disappearing the in band names.
Yeah. Like the Eagles is just Eagles. The Carpenters is just Carpenters.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I didn't know that.
Here it is.
Dark Side of the Moon is now called the Dark Side of the Moon.
Richard's right. Now, I don't care about the Carpenters, Eagles, but the one that hits me is the Ramones, because they were the Ramones.
Right, the Ramones.
Are you saying they're just the Ramones now?
Yeah.
Oh no!
You're misremembering.
No way.
The Ramones.
It's the way it sounds right. It doesn't flow otherwise.
No, it's that's the Ramones. Everybody knows the Ramones.
Look, it's the Ramones.
I was an old punk rock guy, man. I like the Ramones.
Just in case, I'll look real quick. But that's
how about the? Hey, hold on, guys. What about the band back in the '60s? The. Remember the?
Yeah, Ramones is just Ramones now.
No way. It was the.
Hey, we should look up the band. That'd be funny if it was now just band.
There was the band. Remember, and also
still the band. That one still has the. What'd you say?
There was a weird band called the.
Hey, this is interesting. Dark Side of the Moon by Pink Floyd is actually the Dark Side of the Moon. And
they found one of the thes. They're using it.
Mm-hmm.
And the band the is still there, Robert. So don't worry.
Okay. See, but it gives it context. It gives it context. You said saying the. Yeah. Okay. I'm not crazy.
Wow, I didn't know about the Pink Floyd one. Now,
is that one wild? The Dark Side of the Moon.
No, because it was Dark Side of the Moon. You can't have two thes in there. Who would put the Dark Side of the Moon? No. Come on, even a fucking kid know the Dark Side of the Moon.
The Doors are still the Doors. That's good.
Oh, but you know about the Mandela effect with the Doors, right? Did you see his in France? In France, his grave, dude. His grave has changed.
It did?
Yeah, everybody knows his grave in France, where he died in France of an overdose in a bathtub. That's how I learned it.
Right.
And then his whole his grave site has changed. Even the location of his grave site has changed more further into the area. And they used to have decorations all over his. They had a bust of his face, and they painted it all up, and it had candles all over it. Nah, man, it's in a whole different area of the cemetery. Completely fucking different. Completely different. Like,
I'm not familiar enough to
yeah, a lot of people, they went to France specifically to get high on his gravestone. I wouldn't think who would do something like that. That's weird. But anyway, his grave is gone. It's different. It's changed. Where's his grave at? He had like a whole grave section. You can even look it up. It's a big effect early in the effects. It's like his grave is completely different. It's a different spot completely. Even if they even had his old band members performing in front of his fucking grave, it's a whole different grave spot. And people are showing him, said, "Hey man, I used to get high." You know, people with the effect, I used to get high on his grave. This ain't his grave, dude. It was like asking the members, "This ain't his grave. What are you guys dancing and playing music for? That ain't his grave." Weird.
Now, the one you have on the screen really bugs me. This one.
Yeah, this one is. I'm surprised that article didn't have this one in there, because this one sounds like, to me, it was the most popular change ever. Why this one's not in that article, I don't know. They put Barbie. Seriously, they put Barbie World over Painted Black. They must have been afraid that Rolling Stones would have sued them or something. But here,
no, that's a recent one.
This is the actual lyrics. These are the lyrics was actually said now. I see the red door and I want it painted black. Now, right off the bat, I want it painted black. No, that's wrong.
No, it was. I see a red door and I want to paint it black. And now I think it's. I see a red door and I want it.
He's delegating now.
Black.
Before he was going to do it himself.
Correct.
He wants to paint it black, and now he's delegating.
Totally.
I want it painted black. Now he's delegating.
Paint this door for me.
Paint this door for me. I want this painted black.
And it's funny because the song's name now is wrong. The name of the song is now wrong.
It tells you it's delegating. I tried to figure out what's it doing. What's the meaning of the whole fucking thing? He's delegating. So you got a guy now who's delegating. He's a king. He's delegating. He wants it painted black.
He's a small.
I want this done. Bring this forth. Bring me my stool check.
Paint my door black.
Paint my door black. Yeah, the whole context.
It doesn't seem right.
No. He wanted to do it himself, so he's still like a regular guy. I want to paint it black. I want to. Not nobody else. I want to paint it black.
I've got one you need to bring up, Eric, because this one kind of freaked me out. Go into Google search and look up a Beatles album called Everyday Chemistry.
Oh, God.
And you know what you're going to find? You're going to find a Beatles album that came out. You know, remember that one that came out that was Love?
I'm sorry, what's the name of it again?
Songs? What's that?
What's the name of it again?
Everyday Chemistry.
Oh, there it is.
They had an album called Love where they mixed a bunch of Beatles songs together and made a whole new piece of garbage. And they did it apparently a second time. And they gave it away free, I think, on Spotify in 2000 something. I have absolutely no memory. And I used to love the Beatles. I have no memory of some album that came out of a compilation.
Nope.
I think I would have heard about it.
Nope. I was in the Navy. I was a fan. And this was back in the 90s. And they had come out with a new set of songs, or not, new series of songs from the Beatles. It was called the Beatles Anthology.
I remember that.
Is it the Beatles or is it Beatles now?
No, I think it still has the in it. I think they still have the.
It was
see that album? See the songs and stuff? They're basically, I listened to some of it. They're just mashups of solo album songs or other Beatles songs. Again, just like they did in Love. But I don't remember them doing this. I think they gave it away, supposedly a download for free in 2009.
Oh,
is what it said.
It says Everyday Chemistry is a remix album of unknown authorship that was made available as a free digital download on September 9, 2009.
And I think they're doing it again. It's another one of these misinformation slams against the ME people, because I found an article on it. So the album, it says it was a story written by an anonymous person named James Richards, of course, my name, a pseudonym drawn from the legal names of Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr. And so Richards describes meeting a man named Jonas who lived in a parallel universe in which the Beatles never broke up. And they discussed their enjoyment of the Beatles, and he left and he traveled back to his own universe. But before that, he stole a cassette tape containing this album, and then he brought it to our timeline and posted. I mean, come on. I mean, what are we doing here? So, yeah, they're just trolling us. And I don't think this thing ever even existed until
they made it,
created it, and made this whole stupid backstory.
Yeah, I think that's another misinformation one with the Beatles, because it follows through with that movie. They come out with that movie. There's in England with the Indian guy that's
right.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Yeah, and then you have a bunch of I like to call them fake Mandela effect people that are, I don't think they have the effect. They're mentally ill, and they're crying at the movie saying this reflects the Mandela effect. I'm like, no, this is misinformation, dummy. And
the whole thing is, I know that whole thing has got to be misinformation, because I once on one of my videos I used a Beatles song. And it immediately, because I've used songs before and it gives me a copyright strike, which means I don't get the money, which I'm not making any right now anyway, so it doesn't matter. But on this particular one, I used a Beatles song and it got taken down and it got banned and all these. So they actively, you cannot touch their freaking music without something happening. So the fact that this album exists and it was that had been approved and okayed by whoever's in charge.
Bullshit.
So I believe it's complete misinformation.
Because we all know about Sundays. Everybody, every place I've been, guys, I've been all over the fucking place. And the thing about Sunday is there's always a channel that plays the Beatles on Sunday. It's an all-day Beatle fest on Sundays. Even when I was in the military, there was always a Sunday channel that played all Beatles. They played here in Washington. In England, they have an all-day Sunday channel for the Beatles.
Ours was called Breakfast with the Beatles.
Yes, dude. Even in England, they have an all Sunday. It's like everywhere I go, there's always a Sunday day for the Beatles. So all-day Sunday Beatles. And I can tell you right now, if you're a fan and you had nothing else to do on a Sunday, I used to put on the all-day Beatles. And listen to I love all the songs. And these songs that they're coming out, this new fucking wave of these, I never heard of them. No. I listen to them all day on Sunday, barbecuing, flipping burgers, listening to all day Sunday Beatles, no matter where I'm at. Oh, there's always the all day Sunday Beatles, wherever you go. Didn't hear them songs. No.
Hey, it looks like we got 70 people in the chat. That's awesome. 70 people watching. That's cool. Hey guys, all you 70 people, don't watch the beginning for the first 10 minutes. It was an internet wreck.
I don't know. I think I held the show together pretty well. By the way, I got a bigger hatchet. I'm going to fight you now, Eric or Robert. I got a bigger one.
The thing is, I'm not in the room with a sword, so I don't have a sword. But I gotta get a weapon. I need a weapon.
I keep telling all our guests, you come on this show, you need a hat and a weapon. It's just the way it is. I don't know why. I just follow the rules. There we go.
Tomahawk.
All right, let's talk rock and roll.
No.
Yeah, rock and roll.
Now, this is a newer Mandela effect that I've been seeing on people's shows. Brian Staveley did a whole show on the Bon Jovi song, Wanted Dead or Alive. So what I want to know is what is the major change that it's in the song?
I don't know.
Is somebody in the chat? Because I can't remember what it was, but Brian.
Can you make that larger on the screen? Because I can tell you where it is. It's the first line. It used to be, it's all the same. Only the names have changed. And now it's Will. You like that? Yeah.
Whoa. Sing it again.
It's all the same. Only the names have changed.
So it's have changed and now it's will?
Yeah.
Okay.
Will. Wow, that's saying it's going to happen. It's going to happen, huh?
Yeah.
Now, one
it hasn't happened yet, but it's going to happen.
It doesn't make sense because if you're wanted dead or alive.
No.
Well, if you're wanted dead or alive, that means they want you for a reason. So you did something in the past. So how can you be wanted dead or alive in the future?
But they have changed. Only the names will change. The Berenstein is now Berenstain.
Absolutely.
Sally Fields is Sally Field.
Dude, you're spot on.
Is Christopher Reeve. It just said the answer.
Knock it out of the park.
Boom, done. Yeah. Except Brian and I have a different memory of that one. So I remember him pointing. The Babe Ruth was pointing out. Ryan remembers him with a baseball bat pointing out. There's a 50-50 on that one. So there's nobody.
I remember him pointing with his hand.
Yeah, with his finger. Yeah, me too. And a lot of people remember him with the baseball bat pointing out. So nobody get in a big fight because there is a 50-50 in my book.
Yeah.
There's 50-50. Okay.
And now he doesn't do either one.
I remember him pointing out the black and white photo, the black and whites. He's pointed his finger, and then people also remember him with a baseball bat pointing out. Now, I remember in movies, a couple of players were pointing their bats out, mimicking Babe Ruth, because they saw it the same way. But I always remember a finger. But anyway, we jumped off the wagon on that one. But now we know names have changed. The names will change. They will change.
I'm not a huge baseball fan by far. I think baseball is the most boring sport for me to ever watch. It's too boring. But saying that, I only remember things that are dramatic. That's supposed to happen during the careers. Like Ken Griffey Jr. Seattle. Hitting the home run. 4 home runs in one game. Babe Ruth is famous, of course, and I remember they show footage of him pointing the finger, saying, "I'm going to hit this out of the ballpark." Now you're saying it's a bat. I don't remember a bat because you've seen other movie clips. A lot of movies trying to pretend. Didn't the movie Major League? The guy didn't swing for a home run. He did a bunt at the end of the movie to win the game.
What about Sandlot? One of my favorite movies ever. In Sandlot, the little kid does it.
Yeah.
You ever watch that movie?
Sandlot, Major League, pointed with the finger. So, Bob, you're saying he does a bat now.
He points the bat out.
That's not right.
That's
but
not
doesn't even do it. I was hearing that he doesn't do it. I don't know.
Let me type it in the Google search.
I don't know.
And I just heard one. It might have even been with you guys or somewhere, or I don't know, Steve and Jen, or you watch all the different shows. You mess them in your head. Apparently, Elvis no longer does the lip thing when he's singing.
Yeah.
What? Oh, it was you, Robert. I think you told me.
Yes, I was looking at it. Someone told me, and I kept trying to find it where
I couldn't find him.
He comes close to doing it, but he doesn't do the sharp. You can see the evident one where he just puts that lip. I can do it too. The old lip thing, he curls straight up.
I could find it like in a still photo, like he was doing it for a shot, but I can't find him singing doing it ever.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Little sister, don't you? Ding, 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 ding. Little sister, don't you kiss
That's
me?
a terrible song now, isn't it, Little Sister?
And say it's really nice, and then you run.
They had some really creepy songs back then.
Yeah. Little sister, don't you do what your big sister.
What about I'm a Girl Watcher?
I'm a girl watcher.
Guys sitting in a park watching women that they don't realize.
No, me and my dad used to sing that, man. When I was a kid, me and my dad said, I'm a girl watcher. Watching girls go by. I'm like, yeah.
Here comes one now, and he's like sighing and shit in the song.
Now, Bob,
I like this song. I'm a girl watcher.
Hey, guys, I found a picture of Babe Ruth. Now, it says, did Babe Ruth call his home run in the final game of Testify World Series against the Cubs? Now, in this picture, he is using his hand. But what's interesting is it shows him like looking at the catcher, and I could have sworn I remember a picture of him like showing calling the pitcher, I'm hitting this out of the ballpark.
So, so I guess I was right. They say he never did it now. See, that's the thing I don't care whether it was a bat or a finger. Now they're saying he didn't even do it.
Oh.
So where'd we get that from if he didn't do it? If he looked at the catcher, doesn't make any sense. Why am I looking this way?
I'm not even going to share.
I'm going there.
Everything I say is nothing. Is my information is not relevant. That's a Brian Stavely expertise thing. I'll ask him.
Yeah,
I can't tell you the history of that. I can't do it. I won't even pretend. But I just remember watching the black and white shows when I watched them of this little roly-poly guy. There's old Babe Ruth, and he just points his fingers out. Like he points his finger out. Like I'm going to launch it out there. That's all I remember seeing in the shows. Knock it way the fuck out there.
Now, Bob, I don't know if a lot of people have heard your theory on this Nelson Mandela, and I thought your theory is kind of interesting because the theory is he died twice. I mean, we know that he died twice.
Yeah.
But Bob, you had a theory is that
he didn't die.
Well, he didn't really die. Did they really show you that he died?
No.
They kept him in the prison
No.
on purpose. So,
Yep.
Can you tell your theory about why you didn't think he really did die twice?
So when I first woke up with the Mandela effect, my first goal and 100% goal is to debunk the Mandela effect. I don't believe in it. I'm going to debunk it. What I see is from God and only God. I don't like names. That comes from fucking all those New Agers. I was on an intelligence ship. I was in intelligence, and I know about pre shit. You get shit set first. You start you start the avalanche. You start the fucking ball rolling. So they knew this was going to happen. They knew it in the stars in this place. They already knew it was going to. Anyway, you get Nelson Mandela. Yeah, the guy's in prison. You get a bunch of you get some CIA, special forces, whatever. You go in, hey, dude, we're going to put out that you died. Okay. So, blah, 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 blah. And we're going to move you out later on. You're going to come out alive. You're going to really fuck with people's heads. Now, he dies. Only information that comes out that he's dead is in white people country, not Africa. So if you think you died in Africa, you would have paperwork. It'd be people crying at his at the funeral. Nobody in Africa showed up for his funeral. There was no crowds of people talking about his death in Africa. Only in European nations when he came out. Now, me and Dad were in the living room watching his funeral. And they didn't even really show. They showed the funeral in the prison. In the prison, you couldn't even see his face. There was no one else. There was like it was a basic little bit of a real basic funeral, mostly just guys on the news anchored talking about his life and death, and it was real basic. It didn't trump anything like the weather. The weather was more important than his funeral. That's how basic it was. Very small, and some people saw him die. Bam. Okay, so then you get like 2 years later or a year later, all of a sudden, he's released from prison. This is within the same time. There's no jumping timeline. This is the same fucking. All of a sudden, they bring him out alive. And then the news is broadcasted not only in European countries, but now in Africa. So now Africa gets the news that he's released from prison, but Africa did not get the news that he died in prison. That's weird. Mm-hmm. You'd think if you're in Africa, you would hear about his death, but nobody knew about his death in Africa. Is it that the Africans don't have the Mandela effect? Nah, man, they didn't get no fucking information about it. There was no news broadcast about his death in Africa, only in European countries. You don't see any news articles about him dying. So anyway, it was a fucking setup. So all of a sudden, now he's released, and then everyone, now this is back in the 90s, going, hey, like me too, like me included, I saw him, my dad too. Hey, I thought we saw his funeral. That's weird. Now he's alive. This is outside of any fucking parallel bullshit universe. The son of a bitch never died. They walked his ass out like they already pre-planned it. Oh, must have been a mistake by the news, I was thinking. There's no magic involved. It been a big mistake. The dude's not dead. That's weird. Simple. All they had to do was have the news go along with the program. If one person owns all the news stations, it's an easy thing to do. And only broadcast in fucking European countries. Done. So now everyone thinks he's dead. Now everyone thinks he's alive. There's a big controversy now. Although some white people are going, hey, I saw him die. Others, no, I didn't see him die because it was such a small newscast. It wasn't big. It wasn't broadcasted like crazy. It was a clip. It was the evening fucking news for like 10 minutes of a fucking, oh, Nelson Mandela died. Who cares?
Now, the major Mandela effect community don't want that to be true because they named it Mandela effect. I mean,
you got fucking Verona Broom. So you bring out this fucking charlatan biatch, Verona Broom, which all the fucking New Agers want to just eat her up like a fucking like putty. Verona Broom's the queen of all of us. Who sold all this merchandise afterwards? So now the CIA is in front of you. The intelligence department has it. They now own the effect. Because they have coined it, because they own her. They've coined the name, and now they're in charge. They're in charge of the whole movement forward. They've got in front of it, and that's a brilliant thing to do. Strategically smart. They've created the first one, and totally because they knew it was coming.
And I also feel because it's so arbitrary that they decided to hang this whole thing that we experience on this dude's name. And then now it's shortened to ME. So I started looking into ME. Besides Mandela effect, I mean, it stands for me, right? And then I found that ME is actually a neurological disease.
Oh, shit.
And it stands for, and I'm butchering the letters, but it stands for myalgic encephalomyelitis. Which my equals muscle, algic is pain, and encephalio is brain. So basically, it's like what brain
disease.
My brain is in pain. I mean, it's just like again, they're just trying to do things to make us sound like because the fact that this is like one of the worst examples of a real ME. Like Robert just explained, it doesn't even have to be. It could just be propaganda and
propaganda.
Like that, I have it in one of my videos. That dude, Steve Bannon, on a boat with some random Chinese guy saying, "We now represent the United States of China," and I'm like, "What is going on?" It was so bizarre, and they do it in New York Harbor. If you check out my last video, I put it. I saw it. The guy bites his finger and he smears the contract with blood, and then he says he's going to jump off a building. I'm like, we live in a cartoon world, but the whole point of that is, nobody in the United States bought into it. But it was being broadcast over there. It's on a regular news channel. I even have the ending. It's right there. And they're like, now we'll go back to our regular programming. So that's propaganda that's being sent over there. They think we actually are going to try to fight them, which is I mean, somebody might. It's insane. I mean, China's supposedly a third part of the world, and we're going to go to war with 2/3 of that, I guess. I mean, it's propaganda. So the fact that ME has anything to do with Mandela, again, it's just another way to make us look nuts.
It's the intelligence department. I was on an intelligence shit, man. Remember. So Richard and I talked for a long time after hours, just bullshit. Yeah. And I showed him my ship. I gave you the whole specs of my ship, so you know I'm not lying when I talk about my ship, the captain's log, the whole thing. So he looked at my shit to prove that I ain't lying. Now I remember being on my ship. We had these two guys that walked around in polo shirts. No one's allowed to talk to them. You were not allowed to speak to these gentlemen on my ship, the Blue Ridge. You could not talk to these two guys. They were polo. Everyone's in uniform, running around doing all kinds. And these two guys walk around in clean polo shirts with Nazi haircuts, with that perfect comb over haircut. This perfect. These weird looking two guys, and we found out. All they do is run around with a checkbook. So all we do is we go to these weird countries. They get off the ship. They have a checkbook. They write a fucking check. I'll need this to happen. How much do you need? Here's $1 million for you and your family. So I need you to start this riot here. They wrote checks. So half of the war is bought with money.
Am I allowed to say any of the numbers on your boat, Robert?
Absolutely say the numbers on
my
boat.
The last numbers of his boat, check this out, chat. C19. That's the number of his boat, C19. So
yeah,
there.
Yeah, it's fucking hilarious. I was laughing. Well, my my name is Bobby, which is Bobby, and the B's are actually. I was in this new place. When you see a B, it looks like a 13, like a 13. The 3 part is never connected anymore. It's always like a space, so it's like a 13. So I have 3 3s in Bobby. And I joke about my ship was LCC 19 is 33, 333. I'm like, I'm followed by the 333s of my whole fucking career. The 333. Anyway, the ship is 100% intelligent shit. And I can tell you 1,000% that these guys went out and paid for shit to happen. So it's just they go down to fucking Africa. They go visit fucking Nelson Mandela, whatever. Hey, dude, we're gonna here's some money for you and your family. Here's this. I think he's like the 13th kid. One of his kids, he's like the third. Anyway, so he lines up all the 13. Anyway, they give him money, and then he plays the fucking hoax, and he comes out, and now he's the fucking king. And he did nothing for South Africa. He did nothing for South Africa.
One person wrote this. Only thing that bothers me about Nelson Mandela is I now have memories of changes starting in 88, 89, and 90, 91. It got weird for me, to say the least. During all that time, he didn't die for me, though. See? He didn't think it died for him.
You didn't see him. It didn't matter. He didn't die anyway. But and the death, it did play. You might have just been out doing something because it was the clip was as small as the weather. It wasn't mentioned the day after. It wasn't mentioned the week after. It was a one-day funeral in the prison with the prison people inside the prison with a doctor anyway, everything's in the prison. You didn't see shit. There was no major. The Africans didn't get the information. They didn't broadcast it in Africa. They would have had an uprising. They didn't broadcast it anywhere except for the fucking Northern European nations and America. And nobody knew. Only a small handful. In fact, I wouldn't have known about it if I hadn't come home and sat down with my dad on the couch. Other than that, if I hadn't come and saw my dad that one time, I would have not known it. My dad would have said, "Hey, he died." I would have said, "No, Dad, he didn't die." I saw him alive. I would argue with my dad about it. I just happened to see it.
Bob, think about this. If he died on TV anyway,
yeah.
I mean, come on, you're gonna tell me an American kid is going to give a fuck of who died in Africa?
I didn't know who he was.
Who's their king now? Do we know who their king is now?
I didn't know who he was when he died. I asked Dad. I said, "Dad, who's Nelson Mandela?" And I heard about him, and I said, "Oh, this is what Dad said." Dad says that he was a terrorist in South Africa. Who his guys that he was in charge. They went out and they burned farms down. They were burning farms and they killed women and children. He obviously himself didn't do it, but he was in charge of it. So he himself got arrested for it, and he went to prison for it. I go, so he's a terrorist? He goes, yeah, he was in charge of a terrorist group that did that. I said, that was all my dad said. He didn't say, Dad said he died of, he's dead now in prison. He died of some kind of disease. We don't know what the disease was. And that was the end of it. But all of a sudden, a year later, he's walking out. And all the press is there now. Africa's cheering outside with signs. Like, wait.
Hey, I got a few more music ones when you're ready, too.
Yeah, go for it.
So, again, going back to the Beatles, does everybody remember the song A Little Help from My Friends?
Yes.
Okay. So, I even pulled up Joe Cocker singing it on the Wonder Years. And
yes.
I know I can put it at a slow. Do I put it at slow speed? Will that work? So you won't get any kind of strike. And so let's see. I'll share this with audio. Okay, am I sharing with you? Okay.
Here we go.
Oh, this one. Can you see that?
Yes.
Oh, wait, here. This one. Okay, so the Wonder Years. So now, before I play it, everyone in the chat, what's the first line? Oops, wrong one. What's the first line? What would you do? Or I guess, what do you remember the first line? Yeah.
The song was also at Woodstock. So I'm trying.
Yeah.
I never really watched the Wonder Years, so I can't answer that.
Well, no, it's just the songs. Here, I'll play it real quick if it plays.
What would you do if I sang out of tune?
Okay. So, but apparently now he sings, what do you think if I sang out of tune?
Oh,
So
what would you do if I sang out of tune? What would you do if I sang out of tune?
Now it's what would you think? So obviously even Joe Cocker gets it wrong on the Wonder Years because he sings it.
What would you do?
See, he should sing "Think" right there. So that's a pretty good one.
I can't even comprehend the word "think" in that spot.
And then
you got the ooh sound. What would you do?
Oh, that's that Beatles album. But yeah, he now I guess sings "What Would You Think." So.
Oh no, he even sung that at Woodstock.
Yeah, and I got another one that'll blow your mind if people don't know this one.
Oh, keep going. Shit,
okay.
Keep rolling.
All right, so everyone, think back. Music videos are popular. This song comes out that at the time I thought was just the most amazing song. Now I realize it's like totally communist and anti-God. It's the song "Imagine." Everyone used to think it's like the most incredible song ever, and it's actually just a horrible song. Okay, so picture the video. The room is completely white. It's just a white piano, white everything, and Yoko walks around as he's playing and opens up the windows so more light comes in, and the room gets brighter and brighter. Okay, is everyone there? I know I'm in the future, but hopefully the chat's there. Now you have to ask yourself, what color is John Lennon's outfit?
White.
Anyone? White. Is that what you get? Does the chat say white? I don't know what the chat's saying. But
nothing yet.
No problem. We're in the future. We'll just blow their minds anyways because I'll share my screen again.
I didn't have the chat on. I never had the chat on.
I guess I didn't. Yeah, I had.
I'm bad about that. I never turned my chat on.
Anyways, I don't know if anybody remembers if John Lennon, what his outfit was in that thing.
AO78 says white.
Was it Yoko?
Says white.
Yoko was white too.
Watch this. Watch this. Everybody, are you guys sitting down? I hope everyone's sitting down.
Captain Rogers is white.
This whole room's gonna fall off their chairs. Here we go. Ta-da!
No. Yeah. He was with Yoko. He was with Yoko, and he was wearing white, and she was wearing white. They were both wearing white. It was like glowing white.
Freaking messes with my head like crazy.
My memory says that they were. I remember they were both wearing. He was wearing baggy white, and they were both wearing kind of a baggy white, and the windows were open.
Yeah. Well, they were closed in the beginning, and she walks around the room and opens. I don't want to play because I don't want you to get any strikes.
Yeah.
But as the room gets brighter and brighter, you're like, "What the hell is he wearing?" And
black. Oh my God! I see a red door, and I want to paint it black.
What are those symbols on his jacket? Are they like stars? Are they like space?
They're like little squares.
Or remember, she's not happy right there, guys. Now remember, he's got according to this timeline. Now people got to remember in this timeline. Now in our old timeline, those two were in love. Now in this timeline, he had a Chinese. They had a third wheel. He had a Chinese lady he was dating also, while he was still married to Yoko. In this timeline, he's a Chinese lady he's dating.
See, I remember that outfit when they went inside, and then how do we get rid of that?
He's wearing a jacket. Yeah.
Okay.
It was white.
But he's in white in my memory.
White. Imagine
he goes around and opens all the windows, but he wasn't wearing this freaky thing.
all the people, yeah, living, dun dun dun.
Yeah.
The white suit is
reminded me of
Abbey Road.
It reminded me of the Nirvana one, which I pulled that one up too. Nirvana in their unplugged version, I remember them surrounded with white candles, and now it looked like a funeral parlor. Look at that.
All black.
You guys see that?
Yep.
This is Darkland, man. Upside down world. The black.
Right?
The chess. They're weird. They're black squares.
You're on a black square. I've been using that a lot lately. I think you're onto something there. So yeah.
They're black squares. They're black squares.
I never saw that. Loser.
They're not white squares.
Yeah. All the candles were black. I remember this all white candles. Yep.
Yeah, white candles.
Now somebody said in the chat, I got a picture. Hold on. Oh, I'm sorry. I hold on. Let me share.
Okay.
Somebody said he was wearing the white suit from Abbey Road.
Oh shit! There it is.
Yeah, that's how I remember him. I remember him wearing that.
That's a good call.
I almost feel like he had a hat too, but maybe I'm just doing that because of this show. But I thought he took it off, but maybe I just know he was white.
Look at the black and the white, the black and the white lines.
Yeah.
Now they're all in the black. No, he's a white. Hey, who cares about that? But anyway, the white suit, totally, dude. That's it.
That's where I remember it. Yeah.
Fucking A, man. Look at the Volkswagen in the background.
Yeah, 28 if is the license plate because supposedly that's when he would have lived to if he hadn't died.
Wow.
I walked that. It was so funny. The very first time we got to England, and we did that our first day, we went there so I could take pictures of me doing that. And then we went and sat in a pub and had some food. And my wife, I just had this big smile on my face. And she goes, you know, we just got here, but I think you feel like you're done. You could go home now. And I go, yeah, pretty much. I just wanted to do that, you know.
What is this story right here? On stage, so far in decades, everyone there thought he was dead. Then, like 10 years ago, some guy went and found him in Detroit. The state made up the lie to deflate resistance.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, there was a whole group of Mandela effects. Even I guess they found the Doors singer. They found him alive too, supposedly.
Yeah. We know now that probably none of these people died. Just to
In this timeline, they found the Doors singer also. I keep finding these guys. What are they coming up on an island with Tupac? Are they like on the island with
Yeah.
They're like with Michael Jackson and Tupac on the same island and living somewhere? Who fucking knows, man. This place is weird.
Oh, what's it?
All the ones.
All his albums are gems. He's what Dylan would have been if Dylan hadn't sold out.
Oh, Dylan, boy, that guy. He sold his soul, boy. He's still alive. What the hell?
Yeah.
I watched the Unplugged Times Cry Like a Baby when he was killed. All white. Now they're painted black.
I see a white candle and I want it
painted black. Or I want it. I want it
painted.
He's lazy. You have somebody else do it for me.
That's right. Paint my candle, damn it.
Damn it.
So is there like another significant song, like a big party theme song or something that's huge that has a change in it? Like something that everybody would know, kind of like Highway to Hell. Highway to Hell. Is there a song like that?
I'm going to get some coffee. Somebody in the sidebar come up with the next one. You guys participate. Somebody come up with the next Mandela Effect song and then give these guys time to bring it up. I got some coffee. I want to see a good one.
I'm just right here. I'm not gone. I'm not gone.
Okay, everyone, it's my show again.
I said I'm getting up. Well,
you know what? I'm gonna get some coffee. Screw this.
well, the Brian always does a coffee break.
Oh, it's me and the dog. Hey, dog.
Somebody come up with one.
Oh, that beautiful dog I have in the background. Oh yeah, here we go. This is the dog that somehow opened up my screen that one day. This 15-year-old dog. There's no way that this dog opened that screen. Something opened it itself. Would you leave me alone? So does anybody else have any songs in the chat that have changed that we haven't talked about?
Somebody talked about the Prince song. That one's a freaky one.
Which one?
Because that the one where he sings "Dearly Beloved," we're gathered here today.
Oh, let's get crazy.
And it used to be we're gathered here today. Something about going through life, but now it's like to get through it. Like he doesn't even want to be around. He wants to get out and be over with it. It's totally changed.
What song is this?
Prince, "Let's Go Crazy."
Let's go crazy.
Here we go. So, if you look at the song, now what part are you thinking?
Through the second line, to get through this thing. He never used to say that. Like he wants out.
We gather here today to go through this thing called life. And what do they think it was?
To go through. You just said it. To go through. Now it's
and now it says to get through.
Oh no, it's go through.
Yeah, but now it's changed so it sounds negative. See, that's the negative change in it.
Wow. Dark square.
That's a good one.
They dark squared it.
Yeah.
Amazing. Go through. Get through. I just gotta get through it, man. I just gotta get through it. Go through life.
Hey, who said that was one scary dog? Come on, that was a good dog. That's my 16-year-old Chihuahua.
Oh, thank God you got that. I thought you had the other dog in there. That she won't go through my shit. So good.
Oh, I know another one that they did in that movie. One of the Marvel movies. What's the one with the raccoon and all those guys? Come on, Chad, help us out here. What's
Well, this person saying there's a lot of changes in the REM song, "Losing My
Really?
What's that one song? It's in that movie, the superhero movie, Guardians of the Galaxy. They play
Guardians of the Galaxy, okay.
that song where they go, hey, hey, da, 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 that. Yeah, now it's hail. Like hail.
Oh
hail.
no.
And
No, Nazi.
I think it's called Redbone. I think
Redbone, yes.
Now they're singing hail.
What's the matter with you? Oh no. Hail.
It's no longer hey, it's hail.
What's this?
Hail.
Magic Dog?
Goes back to my Nazi theory.
Your Nazi theory? What's that?
Well, I remember I already told you that my Nazi theory only because I worked at the Museum of Flight and they had a desperate movement to get rid of the Operation Paperclip section.
Oh, I see. You're right.
Remember, also all the diagrams for those model airplanes are now on the planes, and they were all Nazi technology. Americans have Nazi technology on the aeroplanes and American airplanes. So,
and I have to stand corrected. The chat's right. I sometimes I forget. It's celebrate because that makes sense. Like let's celebrate life is what Prince says, and now he says, "Let's get the hell out. Let's get through it." Can we just get through? So it's totally changed from a positive to a negative.
Negative.
Like everything in the black square world.
Black square world. It's easier to say black square. It's upside down. It's overdone. It's a black square. It's a black square world. Black square people. There is no God. There's only us. And we are the manifestation of God. So
hail, hail, hail.
Hail, hail, hail. 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 It's a freaking Nazi world, man.
The Nazi world.
This is what the Nazi world would look like if they won the war.
Well, they did, apparently.
Oh, I saw the commercial that Brian was talking about with Tom fucking Hanks, man. And that Mandela effect area where all the submarines had massive wars going on the East Coast. There was no fucking, what do you call it?
Torpedo Alley.
Yeah, I don't even know. I worked, okay, guys, people out there, let me say this one fucking more time so some of you guys will get it in your heads about what I know. I worked at the Fort Lewis Historical Army Museum, and I was also in the United States Navy, and we did not have any of that information about no torpedo alley, nothing like that.
When Brian told me they're making a movie and Tom Hanks was going to star in it, I thought he was seriously goofing on me because he's done that. And I looked it up and I couldn't believe. I looked it up live. I think I was like, no, there's no way.
It's on the commercials now. I saw it just sitting in my room, sipping a fucking beer, and I said, "There's the goddamn. There it is. Old Tommy Hanks is putting out there it is, the propaganda local movie. There's the fucking submarine, man.
Because Greyhound. Talk about the movie Greyhound.
That was called, yeah. I don't know the name.
That's his next movie, Greyhound.
I find it so fun because obviously whatever creates this reality totally listens to us and trolls us because there's so much going after Brian. It's fascinating. It's so funny. The name of the city, the Tom Hanks thing. Now it's his vaccine. It's just like it's such a huge troll. It's fantastic.
It's hilarious. I'm like, bullshit, man. I can't stand it. And these kids, I just watched that movie last night with about that Ford race with the cars, the GT race over there. And it's got old golden boy that was in that Martian movie, whatever. He grew the potatoes. I can't remember his fucking name. Looks like a boy in the face, whatever. And they kept throwing the Ford logo in your face the whole movie. The Ford logo kept going in your every other scene. You've seen Ford with a curly tail, the Ford with a curly tail. Let me tell you what a curly tail is. I think of a pig, and when I think of a pig, I think of Jesus putting all those fucking evil demons in them pigs and running them pigs off the fucking mountainside. So I don't know. I just, in my mind, a little pigtails from possessed pigs. But anyway, I just kept seeing that pigtail the whole movie. So it's in your head. They're putting that fucking Ford logo in your head. These are deliberate. Man. These movies are on purpose to put it in your head.
Just like Domino's Pizza came out with a commercial that mimicked the risky business and he had a pink shirt with no sunglasses. So the next generation, that's what they're going to think it always was.
Yeah, they're losing it. They're taking, as you said, they're taking away history, man. They're wiping it away, and there's going to be nobody to remember except for a bunch of fucking screwballs. And the problem with the people with the Mandela effect, a lot of us have been diagnosed with mental illness. So who are you gonna believe, man?
What about the Mr. Rogers theme song, which Tom Hanks plays him in a movie?
Plays him in it? Oh, God, man. God don't like him.
And that's it. He says that and he walks away. I love it.
Well, hopefully he doesn't die. No, you're right. Because Tom Hanks, I mean, look at his son. What was his son's name? The one that can't act, but he's in movies.
I can't. Is it Colin or something? I forget.
Colin Hanks.
All those Luciferian tattoos and stuff. Yeah.
The Orange County movie, whatever. He plays in the Orange County movie. I think he was in a season of Dexter. He's a horrible actor. I mean, he really is. The only reason he gets the job just because who his father is, Tom Hanks.
Sure. And you sell your soul. You got to do both.
Now, what does it say about this? About this song here? You might start singing the lyrics. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, especially when the upcoming Tom Hanks film. But even the movie makers got it wrong. It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood.
Yeah.
All but mighty blow to our memories.
Yeah, because Mr. Rogers give a shit about your neighborhood. He's just glad it's good in his. Yes. This neighborhood. Screw all you kids.
Violet, do you know Mr. Rogers in the neighborhood? Oh, do you know the song in the neighborhood? If you haven't seen that main lyric,
it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Would you be mine? Would you be mine, my neighbor? You know, in the neighborhood.
What's interesting too is in this movie, I haven't seen it, but you can even see it on the what do you call it, the preview. They have a bunch of kids singing like on a bus or a train, state or subway, and they sing it the way we remember, even in the movie, which is also named wrong because they call it Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. So it's like.
But let me ask you this: can this one really just? I'm not saying false memory. Could be because my daughter, like she said, she never watched the show, but she heard the song and she sings it in the neighborhood. Now she thinks it could be either one because she never heard it. Is it just easier for people to say this is the other one?
I grew up watching this stupid show.
Yeah,
if they sing it every episode.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's no way I have this one wrong. None.
Same thing with Mr. Robinson. Remember Eddie Murphy sung it in Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, there's just so much.
That's how I remember Mr. Robinson.
Yeah, Mr. Robinson.
We're going to teach our dogs how to fetch wallets.
But you know, he was. I remember our dad didn't make us. He said, "Watch the show." My dad liked him because he was a minister. That's what I remember my dad saying. He was a minister, like our grandpa. He was a minister. So he had all them puppets and stuff. This is what I'm going to be honest with you. When I was a kid, I said, Dad, it's creepy to me. Now we're raised like men as kids. Hey, Dad, why does that man have grown puppets and playing with puppets? But they go, well, he's a minister. Oh, I didn't know he was a minister. And he had the king, and he had the queen, and he had the imagination neighborhood, whatever. And he had the king and the queen, and he had all these the royals in this one little section of his puppeteering section of a show. And I thought that was cool. But I didn't know he was a minister growing up. So I don't know if he knew him as a minister or not.
Think about it. As a man himself, he's a minister that did more. He did more against the church than the church wanted. Because remember, he didn't mind people being gay or not. During that time when the church would disown you, kick you out, he welcomed it.
I didn't know if he had any affiliation with gay anyway.
I don't know if you guys remember this. They were trying to shut down his show at one time because he showed animals having birth on TV, showing how birth goes through, and people had a problem with that. He didn't care. He actually did it. So technically, he was a badass minister in a way. He was.
I don't remember that. I don't remember him having any birthing animals. I'm not. Maybe I just didn't see it. I don't remember that.
The government at one time didn't like it, and they were trying to shut that episode down because they thought it was too graphically. But he was showing people what nature was really like.
Maybe that was after I stopped watching it because I never remember Miss Rush's birthing in animals.
Oh, you guys don't remember that? If you guys
no.
He was like a punk rocker in a way that went against it.
I never saw him as a punk rocker. He used to take off his shoes and change them when he got home. I don't know. I love the puppet world. That was I think we lived there. Honestly, I think we got on that fucking trolley, and I think we live in the puppet world because
puppet world,
makes sense. This whole world's.
Yeah, I just remember him. I remember him going to the Imagination Land, whatever land. And he had the
tiger.
The tiger, the king, the queen, I think the princess, the whole little royals. He had the little royals. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's significant now.
Right. We should rewatch it. Hey, dude, there was another one that my kids used to watch, and I got this stupid song stuck in my head. It's that one with Lamb Chop. You remember that one? Lamb Chop and Sherry Lewis, was it? I think. And she had this little lamb, and they at the end of the show they would sing the song. Well, it depends. I thought it was "This is the song that never ends."
Oh, is this the same? Is this Mr. Rogers?
No, it's the same kind of thing. It was Sherry Lewis and Lamb Chop.
It was
on and on, my friend.
It was a puppet.
Started singing it, something like that. But it's changed.
Yeah, it was a puppet. What, a puppet lamb? Was it?
Lamb Chop.
Yeah. Okay.
Which is funny. You name your little sweet lamb chop like you're going to eat it.
Sweet little lamb chop. There you go. That's
later.
I want to go back to the comment about the REM song, Losing My Religion. What was changed in that song? I'm curious.
What was changed? What was changed in that song? I don't know.
That was an interesting one because, there's not a story, but I know we're not getting to rock history, but
I'm still waiting.
After the Green album, REM actually went on a 5 years hiatus, where they stopped touring for 5 years. And that album came out, never had a tour for it, and the album hit #1, the song hit #1, and that was rare when they didn't have a tour or nothing. They just put albums out for 5 years before they went back on tour with the Monster album.
I love REM. I used to love
REM was great. But I want to know what's that change in that song, Losing My Religion? I'm just so curious.
Somebody put a sidebar. You guys will see it.
Because somebody put it in there, REM had a lot of changes in that song. He did a lot.
Well, it'd be significant because it's about weird religion and being, I don't know, about worship. I don't know.
Did he stop touring for 5 years? Like, was he on a Mandela effect mission or something? You know, what did he do for 5 years?
Who knows? People, yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, a lot of weird things happen. And well, music goes in its cycles. People watch in and wash out, wash in and wash out. Then they'll just show up.
For the 4 people that actually know what I'm singing, it used to be "This is the song that doesn't end," and now it's "This is the song that never ends." So
this is the song that
never ends. But I love REM too. Their records were beautiful right to the end. Oh yeah. I saw REM Monster Tour when they had Sonic Youth open up for them.
Yeah. Lollapalooza, right?
No. The Lollapalooza we went. Now, that was interesting, Bob. Actually, there's a story about that Lollapalooza. We went to Lollapalooza. Originally, that Lollapalooza supposed to have lineup. The headlining act was going to be Nirvana. And, of course, Nirvana shot himself in the head, so he fucked up that headlining show for us.
That'll happen, yeah.
And then so Smashing
Pumpkins. How dare he, right? Yeah,
how dare he? Because Smashing Pumpkins had they took over the headlining for Lollapalooza for that year, 1992.
Yeah, that was I was there.
1994. Sorry, 1994.
I got something I can tell you that my wife probably won't want me to say, but anyways, whatever. She was very good friends with a dude named Andy Wood. You guys know who that is?
No.
He's the one that started grunge. And yeah, he was in the same school, and he used to write her like love notes and poems and stuff. He said he wanted to marry her one day. It's kind of funny. And she had no interest in him that way. If you look at
he's a Wood. He's a Wood. You know how Woods are.
He's a Wood. Yeah, he's probably related to you. Here, I'll show you. Andy Wood. He kind of looks like he was the first one to do that glam kind of rock stuff. This guy. And he looks like a woman, right? In some of these.
I think I remember that guy.
That's a Bach.
But he had a band called Malfunction, and I think he was another one called Mother Love Bone. But anyways, he did the same thing. He died of overdose, supposedly. And then his band became, what's that, Dave Grohl, Foo Fighters or whatever? I'm trying to think. His band became those guys. She actually saw Nirvana before they were anything. He took her to see him at a local club or something.
Probably out of Aberdeen.
Was considered one of the original grunge before Nirvana.
Mother Love Bone, or that would have been it, but he died, and then his band members became Nirvana. I think it was. I think that's what became Nirvana, or one of those other ones. I could be getting.
There's only 3 of them.
And Sonic.
David Grohl wasn't the original drummer. He was like the 3rd drummer of the band. Yeah. They picked him up when they're actually already signed the contract for Nevermind. So he was never there from the beginning.
Yeah. Mother Love Bone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember Sonic? Also Sonic. Remember Sonic? That's another band that's local.
Remember
Sonic? Soundgarden? I mean, think about Soundgarden?
No, Sonic.
Hey.
God damn. Yeah, Sonic. I don't know. Yeah, that's another one of those grunge bands that nobody knows about.
Okay, I figured I didn't figure out. I asked Pearl Jam. His band became Pearl Jam.
Okay.
So Andy Wood's band became Pearl Jam after he died.
That makes sense.
And Eddie Vedder came out of California. He moved up here with the grunge movement to hang out with all the music was big up here in Washington. That's why Eric came here, by the way. Eric came here before the music. I was in the Navy. When I got out of the Navy, Erica had been living in Washington because that's where the big grunge movement was for music. And Eric was a music diehard. Eric likes live music. Eric likes live stuff. So I get out of the Navy, and my dad's like, "Oh, your brother moved up to Seattle. Listen to that damn rock and roll music up there." I said, "Huh? Yeah, he's up there watching them bands, the grunge bands." Oh.
And I should watch the chat because Flaticord, of course, had it way before I figured it out. So thanks, Flat.
Oh, mother love ball. He really do it.
That's called the Sonics.
No, he had the one saying
The word "the."
The Sonics
became Pearl Jam. That's what he wrote, and he's right.
The Sonics. I always thought there was some. Oh, maybe you're right though. I'm not going to correct that one. I'm not going to say it's a Mandela effect.
And she had some poems and stuff that he wrote her, which I'm like, find those. Those are songs. We can probably find those.
Pearl Jam's technically the only band that survived, really. I mean, literally survived.
Yeah.
Alice in Chains, suicide. Nirvana, suicide. What was the Soundgarden, suicide. I mean, god damn.
Heroin.
They're all alleged because now there's all kinds of stories. Like Chris Cornell was trying to do some expose and some other, so who knows? I mean, they're all just characters now that I realize that it's all just one big joke.
Yeah. Kurt Cobain was supposed to have been murdered by his wife.
Yeah.
But they're all heroin heads. They're all junk. They're all horses.
They're probably still living on some weird island with Elvis and all them cats. I mean, we don't know the world, what are the plane.
What was that movie? Bubba
Hotep.
Bubba Hotep when they made John F. Kennedy is not white. They made him black in the movie.
They made him black. They put him on an island. They put him on an island.
Alive.
And then Elvis is alive, and they fight a not a zombie, but a pharaoh, a mummy. They fight a mummy. Hotep. So they're all in an old folks home together. They're secretly living in an old folks home. We got Elvis and JFK living together in an old folks home. And
the Evil Dead guy played Elvis.
Yes, and they're fighting a mummy that's trying to take over the old folks home.
Is this a real movie?
Yeah, Bubba Hotep.
What?
Bubba Hotep.
Bubba Hotep.
Hotep. Okay.
Let me find it for you.
Great movie. I loved it, man. Oh, Ash. What's his name? Ash. Bruce Campbell.
I love that guy. I love
Bruce Campbell plays Elvis. He plays Elvis in an old folks home. And he plays it perfect.
That guy's hilarious.
He's got the snarl. So there's you guys want to see a residual, a residge, you get to see his residual, see the Elvis snarl. So that's a good one to watch. So Bubba Hotep has him the way Elvis used to act. So he acts like Elvis used to in our timeline. So that's the way Elvis used to look. You watch Bruce Campbell, and then you watch the new Elvis in this timeline. They're completely different. Bruce Campbell nailed our Elvis version perfectly. And all those people, the old folks home, were actually secretly somebody. They're all just put there by the CIA or something like that, or some islands.
This is a 2002 Bubba Hotep. And if you see the picture here, that's the color guy is JF Kennedy.
Wait,
and then
what?
Bruce Campbell is Elvis. And they're in a home. They're in all
retirement home. Retirement old folks place. Yeah. Retirement home. Yes.
So to hide JF Kennedy from assassination, they color him black.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I'll have to look at this movie. Thanks.
He's JFK.
That's really funny.
And now you look at it with his wife shooting him in the back of the head, which is fake CGI shooting in the back of his head. You can see Jackie fucking pull around off the back of his head, CGI. And then then we move forward, and she's wearing the same bloody dress for a couple of days straight. The same dress at the funeral with stains on it. The same dress all the way through his whole transition to the new. She stood there as the new president's being signed in.
No.
She's wearing the same dress. She's wearing the same pink dress.
Derek, can you find that? I gotta find this. No.
She wears the same dress, the same pink. Like, when are you going to take off that dress? When are you going to wash the blood off your hands, lady? That to me is what I'm seeing. She doesn't wash the blood off her own hands the entire time. What does that say to you? Also, remember, you guys can watch a Kentucky Fried Movie. If you watch Kentucky Fried Movie, there is a segment in Kentucky Fried Movie you can watch right now. Kentucky Fried Movie. You're going to see a little skit, a comedy skit, and it's about JFK assassination, the way we remembered it. And they even have a picture in the skit of 4 people in the car.
I want to see if I can find that skit on YouTube. Give me a second.
It's a Kentucky Fried Movie. It's the JFK assassination role-playing game. So they have a role-playing game of the assassination of JFK. Like you roll dice and it's like they did Monopoly. It's like Monopoly, like how the car's going down like around like the like Monopoly, but it's the JFK assassination.
Oh my God, Eric, can you bring up my screen for a second? This is
what do you got?
No, what you just were talking about. Am I up? Here. Where'd it go? This is nuts.
Yeah.
She walked around with this freaking bloody dress
the whole time for days.
Are you kidding me? Look at this.
Yeah. She wears.
Oh, that's a recreation, that photo, but there's other ones in black and white. That's the real deal there.
She don't change it, and she's almost smiling, and she doesn't look like she's frowning too much. She's wearing this. She's got blood on her dress, all over her dress. The same dress over and over again. You think they would take her off, they'd clean her off, they'd give her a new dress, make her do her hair up. I mean, do something, man. She just saw her husband's head blown off when she did it, but she wearing the same dress.
This is interesting because. What is this? This is before he's dead. It's like a foreshadowing. It's a shadow of something, but it's not the flowers because there's a separation.
Look at that.
What is that?
There's some. I think the suit changes. His suit changes too. 2 different suits.
But that's weird.
So,
but yeah,
hey, Bob. Really Bob, the JFK thing in Kentucky Fried, is that when they're playing a board game?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Hold on. I found it.
Look at this.
Oh, sorry. Let me
just
go back.
Walking around, blood all over her legs. Everything's cool.
On her legs, on her hands, on her legs, on her cheek, all over her blood is covered, and she's just cruising around like nothing.
Nobody gets her a towel. I mean,
nothing. Forget the fucking car. Just go on. Focus on her walking around bloody. Now, would you?
I mean, come on, really?
It don't take a brilliant person to say bullshit.
Yeah, because don't you think medical people would have checked her out afterwards and cleaned her up too?
Horse shit.
Somebody would have said, "Hey, you got a little something right there, Jackie. You might want to wipe that down." You got a little bit of your husband's brain on your shoe. Sorry, I just thought I'd mention it.
On her feet, the stickiness in her feet. You ever see a head blow up? It's like a lot of juice coming out of that
Every
head.
time, Eric, you always hit me with something new. Jeez.
Here we go. Now, Bob, this is the
the role-playing game.
I'm going to play this.
Now, be careful. We don't get a copyright.
For this one, if they did, then maybe they will. I don't care. Here we go.
Okay, we'll cut this section out. So watch it now.
Here we go.
Your team is just
hold on. Let me speed that up a little bit. That's too slow. Hold on.
No, also in this time, remember, don't forget that the building itself, all the building windows are round except
the car.
You guys see the car? You see the car?
Shot at the very end.
You guys see the car? Go back to the car. 4 people.
Hold on.
Right at the very end.
Oh shit! Sorry. Hold on. I messed up. Hold on. Here we go. Let me go back.
Amateur.
Middle finger, like a Leonardo. Leonardo's like this. DiCaprio is like this.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. He talked about Jack Ruby shooting him, Lee Harvey. He's now in a black sweater in like the heat of Texas. They bring him out in a black, like all other prisoners. They're in prisoner outfits. This guy's like, I'd like my black sweater on.
Like black sweater, please. I want a black sweater, please, for the press.
But
That whole scene is nuts.
How's Chris gonna take it? They believe it. Like it's all a game.
Yeah. Well, it's all fake, is what we're learning.
It's a game. It's all fake. Everything's fake. To me, to me, with my fucking eye, everything's a CGI. The movies I watch, I've been watching I've been watching John Wayne movies, and my mind, for some reason, now I'm wrong. I'll check with the cyber. I want to ask this question. I'm most likely wrong. I am misremembering. I'm going to put it out there first. I thought John Wayne. I kept typing in John Wayne as Wain. In my head, I keep typing in Wain, and it's Wayn.
That's how I remember him.
Yeah, so I'm wrong on that one. That's why I said I'm wrong first. I want to make sure I do that. But I keep watching
in your head. It makes you just start questioning everything.
Yeah, but John Wayne movies, I'm watching his face, and I'm like, this guy's CGI. His swagger is wrong. He doesn't have that bad back swagger anymore. He's wearing his neckerchief. He wears like he's really cool. Used to be an iconic red, but now it's pink. It's pinkish. And they have another neckerchief.
Oh,
he's got another neckerchief he used to wear. It had like an old cowboy paisley to it. Now it's got like some flowers, like a woman's neckerchief. I said he's wearing a woman's neckerchief, man. What the hell? Or a pink one. Or he's almost got a gay swagger now. He used to be a manly swagger. Like what, man?
This
he just gayified freaking John Wayne in this. Now it's CGI. Again, I believe this place is it's a feminine magic here. We have a feminine god or a goddess or something in charge that's bad. No offense, ladies. Don't get mad at me, but there's a strong feminine magic here. And a lot of men are looking effeminate. Men are looking feminine. All the 007s look feminine. You know, they're like they're almost gay. You got back to Tom Cruise with a pink shirt. Every man that's badass was ever badass in our timeline is now effeminate here, including John Wayne. Now, when I saw his scarf, bullshit. He didn't wear. Watch a couple of his movies. I'm not giving you guys any answers. You look at John Wayne and you watch some of his swagger and you watch his scarves and the way, man, like, come on, dude, you made him a little bit femmy. He's femmy. Everybody's been feminized here. Males in movies are feminized.
Yeah, that's part of the whole transgender thing they're pushing, like my pillow. That's from
like, yeah. We're way over. We've gone too far. There are no men. There are no men's men. Women in our time were tough too. But they were very feminine at the same time. We had feminine bodies back then with the smaller skeletons. Now women here look like they're ready to go do battle. We're gonna fight you. I walk into an area, a park. I see somebody of whatever their sexuality is. I'm more scared of a woman than a man now. Want to come up and kick my ass with a butchy ass green fucking spike hair. Oh my God. What are you?
What's interesting is my 13-year-old daughter made a comment. I go, Bob, I said, you're looking kind of feminine. And she goes, what's wrong with that? So maybe that's the attitude they want now. What's wrong with guys being feminine?
Yeah.
There's less threat. Here's the benefit. I'm gonna do a benefit. I always do the opposites. I'm gonna switch it. Let me switch anthropology. Let's do science. I don't feel threatened anymore. Where I used to walk, Eric, you and I were raised with fucking gang members at our neighbor's door. Gang members everywhere. You always you can't dog nobody. You can't double look nobody. You got to watch your P's and your fucking key. You can't be dogging people. So everybody was always walking with a little bit of defensive fear and a little bit of fight, flight fucking mode. But now I'm in England. I'm all over. I'm walking like no fear. There are no males. I am not afraid of no one. I am there. These guys are sweet and they're nice. I'm like, there's no fear. So did God soften that? I don't know. Am I hating it? No, man.
People in the chat, Bob's not joking. He's not joking because we live in a town, Kermit, outside of Fresno, in a gutter place, like
run by gangs.
It's a gutter place because our mom took off when I was a baby. She took everything, took all the cars, went to my dad's workplace, took his last check, and left us with nothing. So my dad had to move to a place where his friend let him stay. And I remember one day coming out of the house, and a guy crossed our dirt. We didn't have a road; it was a dirt. Our building was dirt. Across the dirt, a guy got stabbed, just right there. and then everybody ran to him. And I remember everybody's looking at this guy who just got stabbed. Like, why did he get stabbed? Oh, he was messing with that guy's woman or something.
It's Sancho.
The weird thing is, this is the weird thing, guys. I'm not lying on this. I've never seen an ambulance come.
No.
The guy got stabbed.
No, not over there. No, it was probably illegal.
You know, you're a kid, right? It's like, there was nothing. I remember no doctors, no ambulance, no nothing. I'm always wondering, what did they do with the body?
Yeah, and they're trying to make you think that it's still the same way. When they're doing these like protests because the guy had his knee on that guy's neck, I don't know about that, man. I don't think they're that mean here. I'm not seeing too many. I've talked to cops. They're not that mean. They're very feminized. I'm seeing too many. You know, there's a lot of opposite fear going on. Everyone's scared. If you're from our home, you're used to gangs, you're going to have that built-in fear. It's programmed. You're not going to get rid of it. But if you're from this place, I can see the difference between our home and this place. Orion Spur is a soft, feminine male place, as in back home, Sagittarius, our men were men, and sheep ran scared, as they would say.
That is interesting. If you really think about it, Bob, if you really think about it, how you grow up, when you see somebody stabbed, you never saw an ambulance, you don't know anything different. Now, I'm not saying chicken fighting is good, people. I'm not saying chicken fighting is good. But every weekend, we lived next to an auction, they always had chicken fights.
Yeah, cockfights.
I didn't think that was considered bad because that's all we knew.
They don't die.
So if you live in a good family, and I'm not saying good families are all fear, but when you watch the news all the time, when they talk about fear, that's all you know.
That's all it is.
That's all you hear. Like chicken fighting. I didn't think it was bad because we saw it normally. Everybody had money. They're betting on your chicken.
And they have gloves. People don't know, but they have gloves. People don't know, but roosters, they don't want to lose their prize. People, they don't want to lose their prize rooster. And one of them just backs down. The other one dominates. The other one, they separate them. Nobody gets hurt.
But even if
they've got gloves on the talons.
Even if a chicken did die,
I don't want to advocate
what I'm saying is you didn't know any better because you just thought that was normal. So you're taught that was normal.
Yeah.
TV. If you grew up in a perfect house and watching all that fear, CNN 24 hours, Fox 24 hours, that's all you're gonna know.
They're not that mean here. They're not that tough.
I say we should take back the manly world. You know, start shaving with hatchets and stuff.
Yes.
You know,
we should be able to walk around with our tomahawks.
That's
legally.
right. If they want to take our guns, we'll walk around with hatchets. What could possibly go wrong? Isn't that what they expect from the Mandela Effect movie? Did they think we all have these anyway?
Oh, guys, my son kept pointing finger. I'm like, I kept looking back, like, what am I supposed to be looking at? No, shut the door so I could turn on the AC.
Oh, God.
I thought he was calling the shot. I thought he was back on the Babe Ruth thing.
Awesome. And he's about to come see you now, Bob.
Yeah, and I'm going to have my internet cut off because he's going to shut it off because usually I have to have it open to get the internet on.
Yeah.
Because he's too cold or too warm. I'm going to take this man to the desert. I'm going to drop him off. See, this is the problem. This is right here is the problem. We were kids. We didn't have AC. We had a fucking swamp cooler, and it was hot. We came from a place with 120 dry heat.
Oh, God. Bob's not kidding. Living in Kerman, Fresno, it gets 100, 110. And to get it colder, you would have to take a water hose and squirt down your swamp cooler. You had somebody go outside.
Oh, I lived in Southern California. I remember in high school, we had this one classroom. Of course, they had no air conditioning. There's only one door, no windows in this room. It was upstairs, and it was right after lunch, so everyone had run around like a maniac. And you go into this class, and it was history, so you couldn't even concentrate anyways. And they had one fan, and it like the one I had, it was way in the back. And so, like, whatever kid got to sit there, he got cool. The rest of us literally would just sweat the whole class. One kid passed out. I mean, it's just like, that's in my day. There weren't no air conditioning, We shaved with axes.
I feel like that. Now, I remember my dad talking to him stories about my time. We got to walk 5 miles in the snow, and we would laugh about that because that's everybody's same story. But I feel like my dad now, I'm in this place, and I see the children, and the males are fucking femmes. They are weak men and children. The males here are weak, man. I can't believe some of the weakness I see here. And I feel like I'm like my dad. Well, in my time, we used to, and I feel like saying this, I'm the same hypocritical, not hypocritical. They didn't walk in the snow, but they had to walk to school. Now, I tell them I had to walk to school too. We had to walk a few miles to school sometimes. The bus didn't show up. You know, if the La Migra's running around picking up people around the area, the buses couldn't run. They didn't want the buses to run. So we had to walk to school. The La Migra is the border patrol. It would in our town, they would run around every once in a while. Bastards at the end of the season is pick up people, but they didn't go back. So they started rounding people up. Some of them called them on purpose. They get a free ride back, so it didn't matter. At the end of the season, why pay to go back when you get the La Migra to give you back and give you a meal, give you a meal to take you home?
we in my dad's store, there was a car wash. It was up on a hill. And the La Migra or the immigration would come in the front, and then you just see everyone running down the hill, taking off. So
yeah. We used to go to the bus stop by our school, and you saw that almost every other day. It was a green van. They were green, and they pull up and they all start running.
Yeah, let me do a disclaimer though, because a lot of the field workers went home. They took a lot of American money, which was good because nobody does the job. They will. They went home with the money where the money was worth 5, 10, 20 times as much, 100 times more. The American dollars were worth a lot of them had big houses with maids. They worked
because they would do the jobs that nobody else does here.
Yeah. And they went home. They went home with a lot of money.
That's their ass. Yeah.
Yeah, but some of them didn't want to go home and they stayed. That's when they try to pick up the ones that are breaking contracts. A lot of them have green cards. They came to work and they went home, but some of them said they just didn't want to go home anymore. Why would you want to live with what you made from the fields? It's not very much money, but back home it's a lot of money. But some would stay, get jobs in local whatevers, and that's when the Border Patrol are like, "Hey guys, you were supposed to go home with your contracts. You got to go. We'll see you next year. Come back next year." But some of them didn't want to go home, and that's when they got picked up. It was sad. I know it's sad, but there are a lot of good workers that went home and came back. We knew them by name. We'll see you next season. Or they had the same green card, and they followed it. They legally went from California to Idaho to pick potatoes and rhubarb legally, and they took their same green card and they moved around the United States legally. And then they went home with lots of money, but there's ones that just stayed. And, you know, I don't want to flip a coin and say who's bad and who's not. But, you know, I respected the ones that went home for maybe a few months and came right back legally and made lots of money and were friends.
But since Mexico is getting a little bit more touristy, you know, prices are rising. So the money they're getting here is not really being worth that much almost anymore in Mexico. Yeah. So we get these stories about the La Migra picking people up, and some of them, again, they called them on purpose to get a free ride home. I don't want to, you know, so I don't want to sound racist when I say things. They're taking our jobs. You're goddamn right. They're taking the jobs that you ain't doing. Yeah. And these are good people. We lived in the camp. We live with them, and they're good people. Yeah. I'm trying to keep that balance going, you know, that balance. But we really need to focus on the Canadians. Now, they have broken past the border. I have been writing Donald Trump proposals about putting up a border wall with Canada. Those bastards, evil. They come across the border. They're cartels of Canadian cartels. Let's save that topic for our next show because I am going to wind down. I went a little bit over on purpose because we had a late fuck up beginning. Silly Fat Man had to carry the whole show himself.
On my shoulder, not shoulders.
Yes,
just one.
Shoulders, what? We'll talk about Canada now, guys. I can't do the show on Wednesday. I'm gonna move Wednesday to Thursday because I got like 3 appointments that day, and I don't want to try to squeeze it in and make it back. So the show for Wednesday is going to be Thursday. Back to the original date that we had in the past.
Yeah.
Monday, Wednesday, and Friday is the permanent days now. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But for this week, it's going to be Thursday and Friday because I got.
So you're saying that we're moving the show back to the future. You like that?
Exactly.
Future.
So I am going to end it now. I got to go downtown and pick up the wife. And Silly Fan Man wants to stay on with us. Bob, he has something to say. And if everything goes right, I want to see if we could shoot that movie scene with Silly Fan probably Thursday.
Okay.
Because my wife.
You got to ask him.
Oh, if he does that, we'll just kill him ourselves and film it.
Oh, wait, you're coming. Okay, we'll talk about it after the show. They don't all need to do all the backstage stuff. But hey, real quick on Canada, really funny. So my wife likes to go on Twitter and say different things. And two people were talking about like Trump and whatever. And this guy from Canada wrote something like blah, blah, blah. And my wife, all she wrote is